What is up, everybody? Welcome to a Risk of Resources tournament. It's not often we have these, but today we're doing a roadmap tournament similar to the one we did at the start of the roadmap phase cycle for Seekers of the Storm. This is the roadmap second edition tournament. And we got some loves today for you guys. And we got some racers playing. Let's check out who's playing first, what the loadouts are, what the whole deal is. We have 6 loadouts today, 8 players. It's gonna be fun. So we have 2 brackets, and bracket A is going to be Confused, Cabbage, Tyler, and Deklowski, which is going to be the one we're going to start on today. Bracket B is going to be Snek, Faku, Goji, and Ruddy. I have Goji with me actually casting the first loadout today before they go and play a little bit later. What's up, Goj?
How you doing? Excited to be here today. Should be a really good race.
Hell yeah. So the format for today is, let's just check the loadouts real quick. Specifically, it's a little small, but we have all of the abilities for all of the characters today. So we're gonna see every single ability from all of the new characters across the roster, just split in half because there are 6 abilities for every single one, which is kind of interesting. And if we go back to our bracket, we can kind of see that the first bracket on top, they're gonna play Seer Chef. The second bracket is going to play Icebox Chef, and so on. The winners of Loadout 1 and 2 are going to go to Loadout 3. The losers of Loadout 1 and 2 are going to go to Loadout 4, and so on. You can follow the lines. It'll make sense. And we'll fill this out as we get moving here with the players. 8 players today. Can you believe it? You excited, Goji?
It's honestly a shock that we've managed to scrounge everybody up together today. But I'm excited. We got a lot of people. A lot of people. It's their first tournament as well. I think we got Cabbage today, which is always fun. He's kind of a rare character these days, but
yeah,
probably our favorite to win it. But it's interesting because the past I don't know, has it been 3 days since the update? 4 days, whatever it's been, a week. Everybody's been scrimming so much. People are practicing, learning the new tech. We'll probably see some new pillar skips on this first chef loadout.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a lot of new stuff today. It's exciting.
Yeah, already within, like you said, only a few days, we've actually discovered so much with some of the new things. And like you said, pillar skips and phase 4 skips, which we've seen with Chef as well. A lot of like really cool movement stuff and everything. We also, for this tournament, are using there's 2 big bugs that have been introduced with this patch with the new characters that we've noticed so far. Oil Spill kind of changes your momentum once you use it, and Palm Blast doesn't scale with your level. We've incorporated fixes for those for this tournament today. So we have the intended abilities here for you guys as well. You can also go and grab those. They're public mods by Gorak on R2 Modman.
Yeah, man, shout out Gorak. So quick with these fixes. Like, it's especially the chef one. Like, the chef one's been so frustrating to play with. You pick up a quail after you use your oil spill and you just don't go anywhere. Or if you get Chrysalis, it's just a bad item. Wow, shout out the 20 gifted subs. I don't know who's doing that every stream now, but they're awesome, man.
Oh yeah, man. It's it's kind of wild how different some of the bugs have made it feel, but we're good now. And Gearbox, please hire Gorak to
please hire Gorak.
yeah, as well. Anyway, let's start off the tournament. Super strong here. The first loadout for Chef. We have Seer, Roll, and Glaze. So this is default Chef, actually. And the second Chef we'll see today is full all abilities, actually. What do you think is better?
It's a mix. I think everybody feels like Roll is the better shift. And that's a big part. But Icebox is really strong. Being able to freeze. And then Yes Chef is really strong as well. So talking to people before the race, I think the second loadout's probably a little bit stronger. But it is very frustrating to play with oil spill and not have that mobility. So thankfully the racers won't have to deal with that for this first loadout. Have that nice mobility with the roll.
Roll is so powerful. By the way, I mean, if you haven't seen it, you can actually skip pillars with no items on Chef, just by rolling against a wall and flying all the way up. It sounds almost unbelievable, but it's that's how it goes, man.
Yeah. I hope they don't take that out. It is such a fun skip to watch, and it's actually a pretty difficult skip as well. So I'm interested to see who will actually do it. Oh, and we see a brilliant behemoth being picked up already.
Already on cabbage.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's quite a start to have. And it's interesting, cabbage actually got that before hitting the Halcyon Shrine. Usually we see people not loot much before hitting the Halcyon Shrine, but cabbage will know now just how fast he can go out of this stage. So quite the big advantage for him already.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a chest that everyone does open. It's right next to the Halcyon Shrine. I would actually be pretty shocked if someone doesn't get it. But and also a runic lens from the Halcyon Shrine as well. So this is a very, very strong Chef loadout already.
Yeah, that's enough damage for the whole run with those two items. Like, let's be honest here. It doesn't really get better than that for 2 red items to start the game out with.
It's really funny too, because like all 3 of the items in the Halcyon Shrine there are really good. We have Antler, Sailstar, and Runic Lens, but it's like you just can't turn down the lens, man. Wow.
We see a few of our racers picking up a Gorags as well, getting some extra mobility. Duklowski's just moving though, recognizing how strong these first 2 items are and just saying, hey, I need to go fast if I'm going to win this. Let's get to stage 2. Which I like the play.
Yeah, I mean, also with one of the changes that came this update, when you use roll, while you're in roll, actively rolling, you have the armor buff as well. Previously, it was only when you were charging. So there is a lot more just armor for Chef available now as well. So you can kind of play it a little bit riskier to some degree. And also with the extra jump with roll here, they have just so much movement. Like,
yeah, not to mention some other changes we've seen to Chef. The Seer has a little bit more range now, so it's not like you can only use it when you're standing right next to an enemy.
It's usable.
And it's also a little bit faster as well, so you don't have to sit next to an enemy for like 5 seconds.
Cabbage found an electric boomerang also. This is the craziest start to a run I've ever seen.
That is insane.
And gets a band as his 4th.
Wow. That might be the strongest first 4 items I've ever seen to run. That's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
And the drink as well.
Yep. All right.
Cabbage can kill mythics with these items.
Yeah. I'm really worried that Tyler is not going to get the behemoth. It's right next to the Halcyon, but they're the only one that hasn't picked it up yet. And that's a lot of damage to lose out on.
Yeah.
Hopefully they see it going back to it right now.
A lot. They are going up to the 2nd layer here, but that is going to be a very important,
they see it?
Item.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right, thank God.
That was the big thing I was worried about.
And so let's just remember what we're playing for in this loadout. So all that matters here is getting 1st or 2nd place. Correct. It doesn't matter. There's no bonus points. Doesn't matter how far you were behind them at all. It's just 1st and 2nd is going to move on to that winner's bracket. And 3rd and 4th, regardless of how quick they're going to head down to losers. So I think because of that, we'll see people really push it, play as fast as they can. Because they know if everything falls apart, they've got another lease on life. But if they're going to be able to beat people like Cabbage, beat people like Confused, they need to go really quick here.
It's going to be tough. I mean, you can only lose, and by lose, I mean get in 3rd or 4th today once. If you get 3rd and 4th twice at any point in this tournament, you are out.
Yeah.
So, we have 2 Void Seeds completely overlapped on stage 3 Sulfur Pools as well. That is horrible.
Oh, and a Void Templar here. That's a little bit scary. Of course, does have a low proc coefficient, but still a bit of a gnarly enemy. I'd be surprised if they cleared these seeds at all, actually. Oh, and I'm a little scared for
Oh,
Duklowski.
that's a fall
Oh,
damage
yeah.
death for Duklowski. Was
That is
zooming a
very
little
rough.
bit too much on the stage, kind of flying around and took some fall damage. It's a little bit scary on Eclipse 8. That is the one thing about roll.
It is.
You kind of gotta worry about fall damage a little bit more than normal. If you're, I mean, you gotta time your jump so that you try not to take as much fall damage as possible because you do trimp a lot with how fast you're going.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it happen again in this loadout today. It's been something everybody's still getting used to.
Yeah.
And while all the racers have been practicing these loadouts a lot, they're still very fresh. I mean, nobody's really an expert yet with these new abilities.
I mean, in addition to there just being new abilities and stuff for every character, there's also 3 characters, and there's a lot of combinations for all of the characters at this point, right? So
Yeah.
to say that someone is very practiced with this specific loadout, that's probably not true at all.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I will say,
Also, in ATG from stage 3, by the way, which is just
that's
continuing
huge.
this run's craziness, but go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Infuse is actually the person I've seen practicing the most, and specifically on Chef. On Chef and Seeker, Confuse and Snack have just been like in the scrim chamber 24 hours a day the past few days getting ready for this. So while they might not be the most experienced racers out of the pack, I think they might have the most experience with these loadouts. So they could make a really good run here today.
I mean, that gives them a really, really good shot. We've seen in the past, even though Cabbage is really good, there was a run that we had Cabbage play where he hadn't really played Seeker ever before that point,
Yeah.
and he ended up losing it because he just didn't have experience with the character. So experience really kind of is the name of the game with this one here. I mean, oh, that's another death for Duklowski. The slide off, man. Oh, that was
that hurts.
painful. The
But anything can
Eclipse.
happen on this loadout. I mean,
Yeah.
like I've seen in the Chef loadouts people have been practicing. There's been a lot of +5s. People thinking they can go a little bit faster than they can. They get to stage 5 and then everything falls apart. So it's a bit of a mountain in front of Duklowski, but I don't think it's over for them. Unless they keep trimping off of every surface they can. They're scaring me here.
Yeah, they are scaring me, man. It's tough. It's a tough line to walk, honestly. Just trying to figure out the movement here. We also see a Void Band from stage 3. We see Confused pick that up right away. Unfortunately, they didn't. Just another red. It's a frolic. Unfortunately, Confused didn't get the Jara's Band stage 1, so... But at least they got something to work with here.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't hate a Void Band on this loadout, especially for Mithrix. It just gives you a little bit more space during the fight. It's a little bit of lockdown, so it should be helpful.
And that's another death.
+5.
Oof. Was that another Trimp death as well?
I didn't see. It might very well have been.
I just don't see any enemies, so I'm kind of curious. That is rough, man.
Yeah.
We could also see someone, you know, like especially on the moon, especially in fighting Mythics, we could see some +5s there with the roll kind of momentum. So we'll see.
Yeah, you don't have any way to cancel your fall damage really in this loadout. I mean, you do have the armor you get from roll.
And you have the jump, but like you have to use the jump to skip, right?
Oh,
so
true,
it's like
yeah. You do have the jump.
It's gotta be a little bit careful.
Is a little bit behind the pack here. Does have a couple extra strong items with that Kajara's Band, with that electric boomerang. But he will need to speed it up here if he wants to catch up with Confused.
I really think that boomerang could really pay dividends for him, but he's got to start moving. I think he's definitely looking for something. Obviously, you can tell that he's not overly comfortable with the loadout yet. So he's trying to look for something to kind of help mitigate that, I assume.
The big question I have is who's going to do the pillar skip? Because
Confused for sure.
Well, you're saying that, but here's the thing: is if you mess up, we'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. If you've seen the pillar skip, you'll understand. But it takes 2 steps. So you need to roll off of something on the moon that's on the lower floor, and then get up to the arches. The second step, though, is you have to do a roll off the arches. And if you mess up that roll, with this loadout, you will just +5 immediately. There's going to be no way to save yourself after you've made that mistake. And if you don't have a feather, if you don't have spaces, if you don't have an opal, I don't know. It's a little bit risky.
Could be a little bit scary. I do think if they get some speed items here, I think they can just bypass the two-step process altogether, though. I don't know how much speed they need to do that, though. I don't know the number.
Yeah.
But I know that if you have like 5 or 6 hooves, for example, you go well past the height of the arena. So
yeah, that is true. Right now, it's just an energy drink on everybody except for Duklowski, though. So do have a bit of speed, but it's not quite in the free zone yet. And I am interested about Tyler here. It looks like Confuse is in a really comfortable lead here. Tyler and Cabbage, on the other hand, are kind of neck and neck here. One of them is going to need to pull away. I think, of course, Cabbage does have the advantage with these extra items. But he does need to go activate this teleporter. And it seems like he's about a minute behind Tyler right now.
Yeah. And, while Duklowski's ahead, technically still have those 3+5. So Confuse is really the one that's kind of solidly ahead here. No mistakes really made, just activating a stage 5 teleporter. So let's see how they do here. Oh no, Tyler. Jesus. That might be a +5. No, it looks like they're doing okay.
You got it. All right, I think he's all right.
Actually able to heal up quite a bit there as well from Lungus.
And Confused damage is massive. I mean, a combination of Behemoth, a couple crit,
ATG, the Shuriken, and also the Frost Relic as well, even just chunking down some of the enemies on this map too.
Oh, and Cabbage actually opting to do the Halcyon Shrine on stage 4, which is really interesting. I guess just recognizing how much damage he has, realize it'll be a little bit faster. Which I kind of like the play, because now when we compare Tyler and Cabbage, Cabbage can leave the stage right now, and Tyler is still charging for another 30 seconds.
That's true. It's kind of rare that we see people engaging with later Halcyon Shrines, because a lot of people are scared of the scaling of the Halcyon, Halcyonite. So, but if there's a good spot to pull it off the map, for example, or if you have Cabbage's level of damage, seems okay, and it is the fastest way to leave a stage.
That's true.
Though that being said, Cabbage is taking his time here and kind of wanting the Shuriken pretty badly before he leaves, having to farm up a little bit more for it, and Tyler actually leaves first, it looks like.
Yeah, just by a little bit. Well, they're actually almost neck and neck. It looks like Cabbage started about 10-15 seconds after Tyler did in real time, so they are pretty close. But I say that, and Cabbage continues to loot. So
and Confuse is on the moon, by the way. So
wow,
you're gonna want to look at Confused movement here across the moon. It's gonna be really interesting, especially when he gets over towards the other side of the map, which might take him a little bit here, but we'll point it out to you when Confused is gonna start some skip shenanigans. Some really cool things you can do. We've already discovered several skips up the tree, so for which one Confused will take, I'm not sure yet. See what they've been practicing.
Yeah, I'm guessing he'll head over towards the mass pillars and do the skip off the train over there. It's a nice little spear almost that pokes out of the ground, and it's just kind of perfect to get up to the tree.
Nice.
We'll see. We see Duklowski is on the moon as well now. Of course, trailing by 15 minutes with those +5s, which is...
That is brutal, man.
Tough to deal with.
And the worst part, it wasn't even to enemies or anything. It was just a movement.
Yeah. Tyler, on the other hand, I am a little worried about him. I've seen him struggle a lot on stage 5s with Chef. So I want to make sure he deals with this Imp Overlord quickly.
All right, Confused angle right here. He's going to do the skip. He's going to run against this pillar. And look at that. Just goes all the way up. And this is the part that Goju was talking about earlier, the worrisome part. Can we get around this lip here with roll on Confused. And it looks
Oh, he
like
got
we
it
do. What
perfect.
a clean
Very
execution of
clean.
that, too. That is wonderful. Wow. Very
And the
impressive.
practice pays off, man.
Yeah, to see everyone so consistent with this stuff already, and it's only been a few days. Look at that.
Yeah. I am curious what other people do here. I know I was talking to Cabbage before the race, and he was a little bit unsure if he was going to go for that skip or not. Confused looks great, but he's definitely the person that's practiced it the most. Of course, being the person that found these skips along with Sneck. We do see Duklowski walking up towards the skip position as well. Doesn't have any movement speed though, so this could be a little bit more tricky.
Has one hoof. Looks like they're okay.
Oh, one hoof, okay.
And looks like they make the first part. Yep. Looking for the second here. This is the trickier part, it is for sure. I think there's a couple ways you can do this as well. Oh. Looks like they kind of messed up there. They're going to go back down and reset if they can. Going to take a lot of fall damage, though. Oh, too much fall damage, actually. That's brutal, man. Oh, looks like they...
Oh, I don't think they get it.
They get it. They get it.
Oh, just barely.
Second attempt, though. That did cost them 5 minutes to do that skip, so...
And Confused damage is looking great. Almost done with phase 1. I think what we're really looking at here, though, is Tyler and Cabbage. Tyler's already onto the moon. If he can get up the arena quickly, Cabbage is going to need to catch up. I mean, it's very rare we see Cabbage being the last person to go onto the moon, but that is the case here.
New stuff and all that. Confused, by the way, in phase 2 of Mithrix already. So we'll see how fast we can get through here. If we can get through without a +5 on Mithrix, that is the main thing, right? Mythic phase 3 could be a little bit spooky. You gotta just hold, you know. Also, I'm kind of worried about this phase 2 as it is. There are a lot of wisps here, kind of out in the open. That healing drone is playing a lot of aggro, though, which is really, really, I mean, the thing that's allowing him to do this and jump in the middle. Being really aggressive with that roll as well. Yeah, there we go. Cabbage is here. I will like to see if Cabbage does the skip also. Looks like Tyler's heading over to the skip spot, or one of them. There is another spot you could do this at the soup.
Yeah, he's actually a little bit more comfortable at the spot by the soup. We were talking last night about this, and because it's only been a few days, everybody's got their own kind of level of comfort with the new tech, and I think Tyler started practicing this other position and feels like that's what's gonna take him up here now.
Some fall damage for him.
Wall.
Ooh, there's an afterburner there. He's thinking about it, but he's not gonna do it. He has that ATG in that band, but look at that speed. And with the Gorag's Opus making it all the way up, that was a really good use of that, by the way.
Does take a lot of fall damage there.
I wonder if Confused thought about the Gopus when they were going up, because I assume they would have also been able to clear the arena as well.
Yeah, it's tricky because you don't have too much speed in Duklowski.
No, man. It's... oh, it hurts, dude. It hurts. The falling. Tough.
And for everybody watching thinking, oh, why does he keep doing this? It's difficult. It's really easy to just accidentally launch yourself off a little piece of terrain that's sticking up. And I mean, the reason the pillar skip works is because you get a lot of momentum when moving upward. And we do see Cabbage going up right now.
Confused is entering phase 4, by the way. Didn't quite get a phase 4 skip. There is a very, very easy skip with Chef, by the way. So this kind of sucks for them. Because someone else might get that skip, and you know, obviously they're in the lead now, but if you just hold the cleaver on the ground, it definitely just skips. So,
and yeah, Confused is looking at it like a 22-minute run here. Very good job from him.
What a really, I mean, obviously the seed was amazing, but man, what a clean run too. Really showing off like clean tech. So. Really good job from them. As long as they don't die on the way to the ship from fall damage.
Surely.
Which is actually very possible. So cross your fingers for them.
All eyes are on Tyler and Cabbage now here, though. Tyler taking a big hit from Mithrix, getting launched up in the air. And this just comes down to who can play a little bit more aggressively. Of course, Cabbage does have a bit more damage.
Cabbage also doesn't have any curse. Tyler has almost half of their health missing here, which means they are one shot. They don't have any opals or anything like that. If Mithrix hammer slams them or anything hits them like pizza, they are out. So
yeah. And Cabbage is almost already taken the lead here after starting the fight, maybe 45 seconds later. But anything could happen here. +5 is always on the table, especially in phase 3. They do both have a wrap for phase 2, so we'll be able to mitigate a little bit of this needle damage from the wisps.
Dukowski finishing up phase 3, not getting the phase 4 skip either. It looks like everyone has just been too far away from the center of the arena to get that one. So.
And what was the phase 4 skip you were talking about? I missed that.
Just holding the cleaver down right on Mithrix's spawn point, brother.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I think you can probably do it with roll as well.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could get it with sear as well. Probably a little bit too low damage.
I'm not sure, actually. Could be too low damage, though.
But Confused is all finished up. A wonderful first place to him. He will be moving on to winner's bracket. Not having to face elimination.
Very
good
job.
Flat. That's quick.
That is very quick.
I'll grab Confused, pull him in here.
Thank you. Hey, Confused, what up?
Hello.
Congrats on first place. Congratulations.
Oh, really good job.
Yeah, I mean, super clean skip as well. First try, got it, easy. And didn't die at all. I mean, as insane as this run was, you actually missed some other things as well. On stage 1, there was also an electric boomerang and a band in I think that was actually it, but like there was a lot of stuff on this one. So
wait, and let's look at Cabbage's screen. He is using squid polyps with the caffeinator to kill Mithrix during pizza. This is actually crazy.
I don't think we've ever actually seen that before. I'm gonna be honest.
No, neither do I. And he has taken a commanding lead over Tyler at this point. He does need to finish this out cleanly. Can always +5.
Oh, and Tyler takes a +5 there in phase 3, so it does look like Cabbage is going to take it here.
Yeah.
Any phase 4 skips, nice.
Yeah, so a great ending to the run for Cabbage. He's going to finish up with around a 25, which is...
If that is Icebox, that's like a sub 20.
Yeah.
That's like awesome.
Oh, and another +5, man.
This run's like probably like a 28 in Alt Chef or something.
Yeah.
Like that's so cool.
The game is getting very fast these days.
Yeah.
Very quick.
We'll see what happens on those Seeker loadouts later. Not gonna say much, but we might see some very quick runs.
Yeah, let's put it at that. Might be quick. Let's bring in Dukowski as well. Hey, Dukowski, what up?
What up?
Sorry about the trims. That was rough. That's tough, man.
Loader's passive on Chef on the X-rays.
It's tough.
Like literally everything that killed me.
Yeah, I mean, you did really well otherwise. Like all the combat situations, everything, you did great. It's just that fall damage. But no worries, you're not going to be totally out today. You are moving to the silver bracket though, which means you'll be in Loadout 4 going forward. Confused, you're going to be in Loadout 3, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And Cabbage and Tyler almost done. Unfortunately, Tyler took a few +5s there in phase 3. So Cabbage is going to mop up second place here, actually, which is exciting.
Yeah, and a pretty conservative run from Cabbage. I think he could have pushed us a lot more.
Oh, I agree.
But he probably has seen a lot of people plus 5ing, wanted to play it a little bit safe, and it worked out.
Did he do the skip?
He did the skip, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's just a liar.
Yeah. you can never take Cabbage at his word.
He was just like saying he's not skipping like for multiple days straight. Like, I guess maybe it's a ploy to make us not skip because it's just the wrong play.
Metagaming, man.
Makes sense.
Grab him though.
Hello, Cabbage.
What's up?
Nice stage 1, by the way. You were you are the only one who found. I mean, you found like the perfect stage 1. I think. You found all 3 reds.
I assume nobody got that boomerang. I just went there for no reason, and
What's the third red?
Yeah.
Boomerang, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then also finding the drink and the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a stage 1.
That's a normal
It's
one.
a decent stage 1.
I could have gone very fast, but
True.
Yeah, we
I
were
did
saying
not
you
fast.
took it a little bit slow there, looted a lot.
I did. Like, I didn't feel like just rushing super fast and then dying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know this loadout.
Yeah, you're actually behind Tyler 90% of the run, and then you caught him in the next fight. And then Tyler took a couple plus 5s right at the end there.
Yeah, that is why I went slow. I didn't want to just die a bunch.
And let's bring in Tyler right now. What up, Ty?
Hey.
Hey, tough phase 3, but otherwise a pretty good run. You are in silver though. You got 3rd place on that one, so you're gonna be in loadout number 4. Cabbage, you're gonna be in loadout number 3. Tyler, you also missed something else on stage 1. Actually, you missed an electric boomerang, and I don't know if you got the band and the speed on stage 1, but it was quite a stage 1 for sure.
Damn.
That was a...
I'm gonna go grab Raydans and get ready for my race because I'm racing today.
So, can you also just make sure that everyone is ready for bracket B?
Yeah. What time are we starting?
Let's start at, well, I don't know, just make sure everyone's ready. I'll have Dan go tell everyone to start.
Okay, sounds good. All right. See everyone later.
Bye-bye, Goji, and good luck.
Goji, get out. The good casters here.
Yeah. Anyway, for the rest of you guys know the loadouts that you're going into. So we'll see you there. Just make sure you're ready when your loadout starts. And let me get set up for the rest of everyone else, actually. See you guys in a bit.
Yeah.
So this is the bracket as we are looking at it right now. We have Confusing Cabbage in gold, Tyler Nukowski in silver, and we're gonna see how that kind of goes here. Let me make sure I am ready for the second loadout in terms of everything. What are you excited for in this next one, Dane?
Between this is gonna be oil spill. Oh man, oil spill. Yes, chef. Ooh, and yeah, dude. These are one of my favorite ones. I'm really excited to see what's going on with the ice here. Actually, with the yes, chef. This is very strong. Like, I don't want to jump onto the hype train like, oh, this might just, but this guy chef might be one of the strongest characters in the game now. Like, his glow up is insane. So I'm very, very keen to see. They should honestly be similar to Artie in the sense with Mithrix, where Mithrix just can't jump. They're gonna command the ground with the Mithrix fight, and basically every tough enemy in the entire game apart from the TP bosses. But yeah, it's gonna be a great showcase of how much you can just demand from a command with this new ice ability, the ice variant. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. I personally think it's also insane. Ice has to be the strongest fucking debuff in the game by far. So yeah, it's sure
that,
something.
And the fact that you can do that M2 recharges pretty quickly just without the S chef, and a couple of backup mags, luminous shot, and you get really strong really quickly. It's really good. But is it too good? I don't know. I'm enjoying it though. It's very fun. So who's in this now? We got Snake, Faka, Goji, and Ruddy. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I am.
Man, I was logging in to take notes on how good Cabbage was, and I encourage anybody watching to like watch people like we have a lot of great races. Obviously, Confused just destroyed that, then he crushed it. But Cabbage is one of our like over and over again proven to be a very good racer. And I was logging in to watch him. Like, I mean, I can take some notes, and he just got 3 legendaries right away. I'm like, what am I going to learn now? What am I taking notes on? Just find the 3 legendary stage 1. Easy.
Yeah, I don't think it was a very good run to kind of showcase, I guess the loadout itself, but
No, not at all. But I'm sure I know Ruddy specifically is excited that he got the oil spill secondary instead of the roll secondary. He's terrified of the roll, and for good reason. It's volatile. It gives us a lot, but it takes a lot away. Like just saw Duklowski suffer from that a bit. Felt bad, but sometimes that roll just flings you into the ether.
Okay, and I think my thing is set up. Yeah, we are ready for loadout number 2. If you want to just go and let everyone know they're going to start, I would appreciate it.
Is there?
And we'll start in a second. Okay, took me a second there. I need to basically redo all of the visual and everything. Uh-oh, I'm hearing stuff that I shouldn't be hearing. Shit. Like someone's streaming with their Discord notifications. Okay. I have to like redo the whole visual element of the stuff here because we have so many people playing today. I have to also change who's casting in the title and stuff. Like it's Raymond Daniels.
It's me, baby. All right, how many reds we want to get at the start of this bloody one?
Yeah, I don't. Hopefully, a normal amount of loot. You know.
This game's easy. Okay, let me get a gamber up. I know you guys are feeding out there. I do the best gambers.
Who do you think, by the way, is going to be taking it here into gold? I mean, we have a lot of good racers here playing today.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm feeling my money, if I was a betting man, is on Sneck and Ruddy.
Interesting.
A little bit biased. I'm quite the Ruddy fan.
I'm gonna go definitely Faku. Faku has been proven to be one of our best racers ever. They actually have the tie for the highest winner win streak for loadout races. So, hey.
Well, this is why I'm not a betting man. So
amazing.
25-minute ride.
But as Dan was talking about earlier, we have a lot of really cool synergies here with this loadout. Specifically freezing all the puddles, spreading all of the ice. We have Yes Chef with the ice. Like, it just kind of goes a little bit crazy. Little bit crazy. We also see a feather already on Sneck's screen, which is fantastic.
Very comfy. Very comfy.
The ability just to freeze in mass pretty much everything. I mean, whenever I play Chef with ice, I feel like I just don't have a problem, especially when I'm using Yes Chef. Like, it doesn't even matter what utility I have. I just feel like these two skills together are just so powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think there's a situation where you would ever use Yes Chef on oil spill? I'm very curious about it because it doesn't it feels to me like there's no situation where I'd use it in that unless I'm just trying to refresh it because you can just press M2 on it anyway. Or is there some tech there that I'm missing? I'm curious to see what other people have discovered with this that maybe I've missed.
Well, you definitely get more freeze out of each puddle or something, but I feel like you can just kind of use oil spill, use Yes Chef, it freezes it, and then use the ice cube. And I feel like that's like the best rotation, probably. I imagine.
Right.
But I don't know. We're still in the early kind of throes of what strategy looks like with this character and all of the loadouts and everything.
And all that, I didn't realize Snack was on phase 2 boss fight already. Oh my gosh. I was too busy. Oh my lord.
Something that this loadout, specifically Oil Spill, has over Roll, by the way. It really cancels fall damage very easily. You can kind of just jump off of whatever, and it really has your back. We saw, I mean, a lot of fall damage coming off of Loadout 1 with Roll, so... And honestly, to touch on Yes Chef again, I think it's kind of underutilized, but the Yes Chef on the cleavers is fantastic for just nuking bosses. It's really good.
Yes. And didn't they up the damage of the cleavers or something as well? They did something to it, or they changed something with the cleavers, didn't they? Right, with the supercharged M1.
I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure about that, but I know that while you're using the cleavers, if you have your cleavers sit out for a little bit of time, they do more damage on the return. So there is actually like an optimal way to throw out cleavers, and it's not just clicking M1 as fast as you can, and it's not just holding M1 for a very long time. It's throwing out a cleaver, holding it for like half a second, and then once it turns red, pulling it back. You get a lot of damage, and I haven't seen anyone kind of really master that rhythm, especially when they're hopping around with Oil Spill. It's kind of like you're doing two different rhythms at once with two different hands. So it's something that I think we're gonna see be a little bit practiced over time. I got the hang of it, but I was like really focusing on it for a while.
Yeah, it's going to be the tell of a good chef player, I think, is when you get those two things down to muscle memory and do them at the same time.
It's kind of like it reminds me of Retool Multi a little bit with Nail Gun, just kind of like those little rhythms where you're not necessarily just holding or just clicking as fast as you can. You're kind of doing something in between. So I like that kind of stuff. We also see that Snack rolled pots. I didn't actually notice that either, but
I missed. Oh, that's so disappointing. I didn't see that.
Yeah, and they also got their void key here. They're going over to the band cave right now. There is a AP round printer. I'm curious whether they'll print some, like print away their syringe or wrapper knot for it. They marked
so hard
it.
To turn down AP round printers on this because like you can go through all these stages 3-4 minutes, but the Mythics fight is always the longest stage. Like it's just such a hard thing to turn down. It's got such a good return on that investment.
It looks like they're going to keep it, though. It looks like they're valuing their wrap a lot here. Syringe probably not as much, but... One thing I do miss about Roll, though, man, that cross-map speed. You gotta love it.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Watching...
if you feel safe with it, and you don't, as long as you like very intentionally aim it, God, it's fast.
Mm-hmm. There is also a hoof printer way in the back of the map near Ruddy, actually.
Oh, dear.
Which I don't know if anyone else saw. We see Snack actually scrapping the syringe so they can print into something else, be it AP rounds or hoof. We don't know yet. There's also a red on this map, and it's Sonorous Whispers in a large chest, which no one else has right now.
Yeah.
So this could be a really
in the corner.
Really huge boon for Ruddy here, actually. This could be really, really good.
I'm saying I said Snack and Ruddy. I'm just saying he's looking good.
Oh,
Snack is down with the rolled pots though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else has got those bands. I'm honestly surprised I did. I'm surprised to see people rolling them these days. I just assume people just don't anymore. But
I would have totally assumed that people would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna just go to Mythics or something. I think I mean, it depends on the loadout, I guess. Probably we see that in loadouts that people are more uncomfortable with, the more likely they'll be to roll pots or something like that. Just trying to get some safety there. Also, playing the shrine, you get a key out of it immediately, which is amazing for the void key there. So Goji is the only one with that at the moment. Fantastic.
Ooh, and they also got a bit of speed and the backup mag as well for their. Oh, now look at the Sonorous Whispers. All right, Goji's been looking pretty smick here, actually. Very smick. Bit of speed. The backup mag is nice. The 2 keys, the feather, the energy drink, the AP, and the Gome. This is like the perfect platform to snowball here, actually.
I like how much speed they have as well. I'm kind of worried about Snack at the moment because while they did print AP rounds, which are very good.
Yeah.
it's kind of look at how slow they are compared to everyone else, especially
Yeah.
like just base movement speed here is pretty rough.
Yeah. And safer spaces on the first key as well. In fact, you found that one straight away. Yeah, if they
Awesome.
can, only if they can make their snowball now with the bands to their advantage, because obviously nobody else has them. But we'll see. We'll see. Just to touch on those cleavers again too. I was really impressed with what they did. I remember back when SOTS first released. Obviously, Chef wasn't in a great place, and a lot of people, including myself, the biggest gripe for me was the weird feeling of the cleavers. And then we got the better dice mod that just made them auto click, and they just went out like a normal attack. And that was like sort of like I felt really okay with that. And then somehow they've come out with an even better way to combine the two things. Like, neither of the options, but somehow better. I'm really impressed with what they did with the cleavers, like the way they thought around it and made it still interesting to sort of play around. And I feel
Yeah.
that's kind of the pattern of the character updates now in Phase 3, like especially with like the false sun with the airtime and affecting the slam with the charged M1, like little things like that. There's like lots of little niche ways to play around. And with the Cyclone and the Palm Blast, and I don't know, they've done a really good job with the characters. They change him, make him different, and make him interesting to play around. It's not just a basic and make a basic survivor anymore. It's really cool. They did a good job.
Like if they just keep adding characters that are just like you're commando, you're holding M1, you know, it's gonna get a little boring at surely sooner than later. I really like the mix up. I like the higher skill ceiling as well. It's fun to learn and be better at. I think is the most important thing, which immediately just adds replayability. Which
oh yeah, absolutely
love that.
Like I'll be hovering over Chef and I'll be looking at their entire like their entire kit and I'm like, what selection do I want right now? And they're all equally as viable and fun as the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me think that might be the future. Like I don't know, I've always thought about the future of Risk of Rain in terms of like items, but like maybe after seeing this, I'm like, oh, is it not? Is it? It makes me really think about like what else we can do, which is really cool.
By the way, everyone does seem to have a Shrine of Shaping here. On the teleporter, looks like Goji used theirs. I think they had it. So everyone was very aggressive with this boss fight on stage 3. Just kind of blasting through, not really caring if they die. Everyone also does have safe space, except Goji, who did not find the key box, which kind of does worry me a little bit. And they're the one with 2 keys also. So they're the ones I was hoping would find the key box pretty quick. We also see an ATG on Faku as well, which is right next to teleporter. Actually, Goji has that one as well. Goji does hover over the key in their inventory, so they're indicating that they are kind of looking for it. They're kind of looking around the map right now, trying to find a high point just to kind of see, but they're not going to see it from here, unfortunately, unless they go all the way back. Looks like Reddy is going all the way back, though, for something. There are a couple chests way down here on the lower ring. And there is some tri-shops way down in there on the lower bridge as well. There's a shrine. There are some goodies, so we'll see.
Getting used to how the prayer beads are so rare, but so nice. There's Snack there, see top left now. Actually getting to use 2 prayer beads.
Beautiful.
Which is nice.
I was just going to comment on that.
The ATG and the band, Faku.
Oh, beautiful. Looks like Snack found that other band as well. It's not as good for Snack to find that band. In fact, Snack probably doesn't want to see any bands, right? Snack wants to be the only one with bands in the whole race. But unfortunately, now they have to share a few bands with their opponents there a little bit. Unfortunately,
too, with the bands, they gotta be careful when they use that Yes Chef. The Yes Chef for the 400% damage. If you use that too close to the enemy, that's gonna steal that band proc. So gotta be real careful how they're using this now.
There's a little bit of positioning they have to think about here, going into it. Also, Goji seemed to leave the quickest, and they're just starting the boss fight the quickest. They did hit a Shrine of Shaping before their boss here. I hope that everyone else finds that. That nice minus 50. My favorite. Looks like Snack found it as well.
Favorite.
Seems to be a pretty...
as well. Everyone's pretty chill.
Pretty easy boss fight. Looks like there's another syringe via the Sonorous Whispers there from this boss. So that's something we gotta keep in mind. There are 2 players in this loadout right now who have Sonorous Whispers and 2 that do not. And depending on what we get from that, those two players could get some really cool builds here. So you gotta try to keep in mind, like, how much advantage that one chest really has. It might end up being, like, nothing. It might end up being, like, they just get, like, you know, some steak and a syringe, and then that's it. But they could also get a ton of speed and opals and stuff like that. Maybe some AP rounds or watches, so...
Jesus, Snack just ate. That's great a wisp shot. And very close to red health there. My lord. They were full health. Jesus.
I mean, everyone's just playing so aggressive during this teleporter because of their Shrine of Shaping, so they're not really worried. They're just kind of face tanking everything. The one thing I would say is, like, if you have watches, you really don't want to rely on that Shrine of Shaping. It's kind of nice if you die, but specifically Faku, the only one with a watch. No, actually, Reddy has one as well. These two don't want to die, so they are playing a little bit safer. Just trying to stay up there. But Goji and Snack are kind of just, you know, running face first and everything. You think we can get a third Shrine of Shaping on stage 5? I'm excited.
Ooh, did we have one earlier?
Yeah, they found one on stage 3.
Oh,
now we're on stage 4.
That's really epic.
And if we get another one, that's more than half the stages that have extra lives on them. No comment.
Jesus.
Oh, man. We do have Helmuth on this one, though, so let's see what we have here.
Suddenly reconsidering something.
There is a sticky bomb printer, but I doubt anyone's going to really go into that. The cleavers at the moment do have a 0.5 proc coefficient, which I'm not sure is a bug or not. I'll have to ask for confirmation on that. But I've heard that it may be something that isn't intended. We'll see.
What? Oh my god.
Looks like Reddy's finding time to scrap those per beads, which is really good. You should scrap them. I know a lot of racers specifically forget to scrap them because they're just, you know, scrapping does take a lot of time. But scrapping a prayer bead is worth it, and it is worth the...
Absolutely.
It's a lot of damage and health, so...
Yeah, I say the word snowball a lot because it is just so valid, it's so relevant, especially when it comes to racing. But yeah, that extra health, that extra damage, that extra, like, it speeds everything up, makes everything a bit easy for you. And we've seen time and time again, people will finish seconds apart from each other, if not in the same second. So yeah, every little bit counts. That's a big buff.
Goji finally finding their key box on stage 5, and it does have another safer spaces for them, which is really, really nice. I would have been a little sad if they missed their key box stage 3 and just weren't able to get a free player skip here. So very important.
Yeah, went with a blast shower too to back it up, so everyone's feeling very comfy actually with the blast shower safer spaces. Faku passing up a hoof in that adaptive chest too, which is always really interesting in this sort of day and age of the amount of items we have and how our speed is, which is interesting. They got to be greedy, got punished, got a Molotov cocktail.
Interesting. I'm kind of worried about Goji here, though. Stage 5 teleporter, and they are really low health right now. They do have a feather trying to bounce away with their oil spill, but we'll see if they get through. Snack actually taking a +5 there during the TP there.
Yeah.
Really, really unfortunate. This is going to be maybe a tougher TP. We've seen, you know, everyone kind of blaze through the other stages, but they all had Shrine of Shaping in the last 2 stages. So maybe they kind of overestimated the level to which they could be aggressive safely, which is kind of like, it's like now a little bit of a switch up on them. They have to kind of got to play the game again, you know. A little bit tough. We see everyone.
Yeah, there's a comment on the human psyche about, like, if you don't feel like you're in danger, you're going to play a lot more calm and a lot better. So there's no pressure. But when there's nothing to back you up, then you play a little bit, safer, which end up getting you killed easier.
Looks like everyone this stage 5 teleporter has gotten to low health already at some point. Some people have healed back up. Reddy's still not really full health here. Goji's kind of back, taking a lot of damage. Everyone is pretty much at some point had to fight outside of the teleporter. Some more than others. Snack, although dying, does finish the teleporter first and is onto the moon. So we'll see kind of how that goes. That is a +5 minute, but
it's
I mean...
the amount of... So it's just a amount of like hit scan stuff on this map. You got the Solus probes with the Solus like little units they shoot out. You got the wisps. You got the jellyfish that sneak it up all the time. You got the scorched worms that hit you from across the map, and they'll take all your safer spaces and your opals away. And it's just so many things that just take away your defenses instantly. Not to mention the slow of the Solus unit. It's a brutal combo of enemies. There's a lot you can do to dodge big enemies like golems and mushrooms and titans and gups and all that stuff. Then you get this stuff here. There's too much on the field. There's only so much you can do, and then a child blindsides you with one of the orbs.
I think this is a situation where everyone needed to kill the world spawn boss, these Solus first.
Yeah.
And also, like, looking at some of these guys who are still doing the teleporter, they're having to stay outside teleporter a lot, right? We're at 40% on Goji, and they got here first. And if they were to take 5 minutes to do this teleporter and still at the end of it still die, I mean, Snek is then up like 5 minutes, or more even.
And looking at Goji's screen, there's a lot on this screen. There's a lot of wisps. There's an imp. There's a salt. There's a lot. I don't see him making progress in this anytime soon.
This is kind of dangerous. Yeah.
Clear. And the longer they're there, the more it builds, the worse it gets. Yeah, kind of digging up at this point.
Ready able to make some progress here, but it's almost done. Faku making some progress as well. Faku looks like they're pretty wave cleared now.
Yeah, Faku took out the Solus first, so that, like you're saying, the big difference there.
Oh yeah, feels so much better because like the Solus will just keep spawning in other enemies, and if you already can't wave clear, it's just gonna be tough for you.
Yeah, and then you get a low health, and it starts physically slowing you down as well. It's an awful thing to have in your boss.
You can see Snek moving their way across the moon here. They're doing some moon movements, trying to get to Soup as fast as they can and try to get their host skip. Kind of zooming.
I love that flick. That's so fun.
Still worried about Goji here, though. I mean, oh man, it's just getting worse and worse. It looks like they're kind of light coping here as well, just trying to get some space within the teleporter, not really worrying about wave clear as much. But I do kind of encourage them to at least kill the wisps, because this could get pretty bad pretty quick.
Yeah, some elite wisps in there too.
We see Snack on their way up to the arena. Still with that +5, but they are the first here, and they are ahead
by a good while.
Distance-wise by a few minutes. So I think they are actually making up time for that +5. It's not as severe as it probably looks for them. I think they could definitely get a second place here pretty easily, actually. Especially if someone else messes up. What's up?
Can you host skip with just oil spill?
I don't know. There's been a lot of changes to stuff like that, and I haven't personally tried all of the things with that.
Oh, Snake.
I would assume the bounce... Well, when you enter an oil spill, you have a different kind of air control system, so I doubt it works the same. But maybe it's enough to still host skip. But there is a difference in how you air strafe with it, so it could be a little bit different.
Chat says, yes, you can. Which is
That's cool.
Yeah,
I know the big bug right now with oil spill is that it doesn't remove that tag for you. So,
and Snack that by a millimeter then, Jesus.
Going all the way up.
Really weird thing. Yeah.
But luckily we are using the fix mod for that today. We do see Faku.
I know no one needs, like, everyone knows this, but God, Gurak, man, they just pump those mods out straight away.
The best,
absolutely carrying this on their back all the time.
Dare I say the best modern Risk of Rain too, dude.
God.
They just know how to do it, man.
I honestly, whenever I look for mods, I don't even look for the mod name. I just type Gurak's name in and just look for their mods. That's all I do now.
Like, if there's a fix, you'll find it there. All right, with Faku and Ruddy both on the moon, I wonder how long it's going to take them to actually get up to the arena. Like I said, we still have a couple... We're losing that +5 bit by bit on Snack's screen, but We'll see. I'm still kind of worried about Goji. They haven't left stage 5 yet. They have finished the TP though, and they have wave cleared everything. But I'm kind of worried about their boss fight here, right? They do have another ATG, which is really nice. We look at Ruddy, who doesn't even have an ATG at all. So I'm kind of worried about Ruddy's damage going forward. Goji, I'm a little bit maybe more confident about their damage. But
they didn't find that band on stage 3 either. They've missed a big chunk on stage 3. Did Goji getting any use out of their second key at all?
No, they could maybe get a key here. They got like 2 keys
3.
last stage or somehow.
They're really rocking the janitor build, dude.
Maybe on the way to the host skip, they could find the key box and they can get something pretty nifty. A nice polyloot would go pretty well with this build, I think. So, but we'll see. Hopefully they do find it.
Making up all that damage lost by getting a resonance disc, which we all know is pretty good all the time.
That's awesome. I don't even know why he's taking time to pick it up, to be honest. But hey, you gotta pick up something, I guess. Faku is starting the fight right now. So it looks like they're a phase and a half behind Snek at the moment. So let's just keep that in mind. Interesting. Goji's on the moon as well, just trying to get across as fast as they can. That's like the big time waste.
Out of there without dying.
I am glad too. I was talking to Goji before the race started today, and they were doing a little scrim run, and they're just like, all I want to do today is just have some clean runs, just some deathless stuff. So
yeah,
to see them get through and like that become their primary focus of that stage 5 and get through it was awesome. Love that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious to see how many people here don't let Mithrix jump, because if you're timing this stuff properly, there's no reason Mithrix ever should be jumping back to the middle. Nice,
we see Faku doing that really well, and that's the other thing I was going to mention too. This is the third character in the game that actually can freeze Mithrix, right? So we're seeing Mithrix have 33% less health. So, while we can worry about the damage we have going into the boss fight here with Chef, we still have to consider that, Mithrix is going to have a lot less health across the 2 phases that you actually fight him. I guess 3 phases, unless you skip, but... This could be pretty quick, though. But you're right. We see it with Artie and Railgunner all the time. We really want players to freeze the jump, because you lose so much time when Mithrix jumps to the middle. In addition to him jumping in the middle, he also gains armor and stuff like that, and it's just like, you have to do different phases, and it's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Ruddy letting him jump, messing up a little bit there. Doesn't matter.
It's also one of those things where we have a character that has ability timings that are a lot different than something you've used before. With Artie, it's probably second nature to all of us when our ice wall or ice spear will come up and freeze them, but it's not really for Ice Cube or Yes Chef or anything like that. So just got to keep that in mind. We see that Snek is going the more aggressive route here as well, and just trying to freeze Mithrix as much as possible, just trying to finish it off. I know that Chef can skip phase 4 here with the cleaver. Missed it, unfortunately. Didn't hit the center there.
They were trying.
That would have been really nice. Faku on to phase 3, by the way. So it looks like Faku, unless something happens here to them, is going to take first place. They're kind of zooming, man. I would be really curious to see if Snek's +5 actually just puts Snek in last here. Everyone is on the moon fighting Mithrix, so...
Also, I thought I saw that right, but I thought I must have been seeing things. I just saw a cat's message then. Did Snek delete the pizza midway with the
blast shower?
Oh, it was the deep blast shower with the pizza.
Oh yeah, what a gamer!
Sick, dude. That's so rare. That's awesome.
And Faku is in phase 4 right now. Goji is finishing off phase 1. Ruddy about to finish off phase 2. No one has gotten the Chef phase 4 skip today. I'm actually a little bit surprised on that. We see Faku going for the Yes Chef boost on M1 there. On the primary cleaver just to get Mithrix down, and that's it. That's how fast it goes.
Easy. He's getting babies. So the stands right now, Unless something. So I mean, if it goes to a +5, it could change. But it's looking like Faku's gonna get the win here, and it's Ruddy's game to lose essentially. But it's a long phase here that very prone to +5s. Jesus, Ruddy, that was so close.
I mean, it's
I'm gonna
actually
shut up now.
it's decently close between everybody. Like they kind of were all a phase apart about, it seems like. Snack was like a phase ahead of Faku, was a phase ahead of Ruddy, who's a phase ahead of Goji. But then we have that +5 in there that shakes it up. Like, everyone played this pretty well. And if, Ruddy dies right now, like you say, there's to kind of lose their gold spot here, then Goji probably takes it. I don't know. I have to see Snack's time here, actually, as it goes to the site, so. But we'll see,
Oof.
Either way, congrats to Faku on that one. That was lovely.
Stock and Faku, slow stage 1, fast everywhere else. Works every time.
Ruddy just pretty much, I think, has to freeze here. Gets it done.
Yeah,
Doesn't really get the chance to skip phase 4. Unless they want to go for it right now. And Snack and Faku are done. So let's bring both of them in. And we'll talk to them about the loadout. Ooh, and Ruddy does get the phase 4 skip. Love that.
So much emotion on that man's face. He's so excited. That's huge.
So excited. Hello, Faku and Snack both. Hello, hello.
Hello.
So, Snack, I don't know yet because of that +5. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess silver, though, on this
Probably
one.
not. Yeah.
Because everyone's kind of zooming and no one else is really dying. Faku, congrats on the first place there, by the way, with the 29. Love that.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, you got first on that one. It looks like Ruddy is going to get second, I think. If Goji does not... Well, actually, Goji and Snack, I think you guys are just guaranteed to get silver on this one, actually.
Yeah.
Really good run, though. Pretty fun to see.
Did I miss anything? Did anyone bring keys on stage 3?
No. I don't really think he...
Yeah, the only person with the extra keys was Goji, and they only got the safer spaces still too, and missed all the other ones. So
their first key box was stage 5. So yeah, and then Goji taking a +5 there. That is a little bit unfortunate. It's a little bit tough.
The timing there was rough.
Yeah, that's okay though.
What equipment did you have, Snick?
Blast shower.
Snake blast showered an entire pizza, which was very cool.
Love that.
To the point where, like, I gassed at myself into thinking I didn't see it. I'm like, no, that didn't happen.
On purpose?
Halfway.
Cool. Yeah, did you do it intentionally? Or was it just like a panic press? Or was it
I wanted to get rid of some of the pizza and then get my bands off cooldown, but then I was like, oh, I just got rid of the whole pizza.
The entire pizza's gone. Yeah, that was sick. It was interesting, Snake, because you were the only one to roll pots as well, and I guess it really, because you were behind there for a while in like the stage 2 and 3, but then just took off again with it and got ahead. But did you have trouble with like managing your yes chef, like making sure you didn't proc bands with that, and then obviously you wanted to do bands for your big ice cube, but did you have any issues in that regard?
A little bit with like the cleaver occasionally, but and like ATGs.
Yeah, it's obviously the issue, and there's so many ways of proc bands you can't control it as well. But
proc
still,
bands,
it's a strong character.
What?
You didn't have any bands? Shame.
You're an idiot. You're
right.
a res disc, so you did better anyway. Don't worry about it.
Well, hello, Ruddy. You got second place on that one, so you are going for gold. You're gonna play in next loadout. You and Faku both. Snack and Goji are gonna go to the 4th loadout of today. Actually, I'm going to bring in Goji. They are in last on this one. It doesn't really affect their spots, and I need people to talk while I do the board. So, hello, Goji.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Even +5s don't matter, so that's why you pulled me in?
Yeah.
Oh no, everybody else is in the call. Oh, it's the opposite.
Dude, that's such a real feeling when you're racing, and then you finish the race, look over, and everyone's in the call. I'm like, oh, dude.
Like, hey guys, what up?
Did my +5 even matter?
No.
Not really. I mean, it changes a third or a fourth or something, but yeah, nothing
Yeah,
really.
you still would have been
First and
silver.
second was cemented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How'd that stage 5 TP go, G? That was rough. That gave you a lot of
I didn't see any
grief.
pre-spawns, and then they found me.
It saw you,
They
dude.
found
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's what got
Alright.
Sneck as well. Sneck with their +5, unfortunately. Just the Solus unit is such a the Solus unit is such a tough pre-spawn boss. It's because like all the slow it has with its AoE attack, and obviously all the dumb stuff they spawn around you, all the little Solus units that just take away safer spaces in your opals, and if you don't have any damage reduction at all, they're pretty bloody powerful. So it's a rough one. It's tough.
But Sneck got third. Ruddy took second. Wow.
Yeah, Ruddy was gaming. Bandless, by the way. Did you just not find that key, unfortunately, Goji? You just obviously you had
Dude,
the key
spent,
advantage stage
4
1, but
minutes looking for keys, and I just couldn't find them. I lost so much time that run looking for keys. I only found the
that's
stage.
tough. And then there was one right there by the ship, just right there at the end.
Did anyone go
really?
into the encrusted printer?
Dude.
Encrusted printer?
I don't think so.
Next to the lockbox on stage 3, there was a key printer.
Ah.
I already had like
no.
3 keys,
Everyone
I
else
think.
took the one key. Goji's the only person that got multiple keys, and unfortunately didn't benefit them at all because they just wasn't in the pathway.
That's so. Dude, I went underneath the ship to dodge the.
Dude, that's rough. That's mean.
That's crazy.
It was right next to the ship.
What was in the set? What was in that one? Oh, I guess I was the only one that would have.
Yeah, you only one.
Man,
it was Plasma Polyloot, I'm guaranteed.
It was Polyloot, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did any of you guys consider rolling pots at all? Because Sneck did it without even thinking.
No, I didn't even see the plates.
Didn't you see the last round?
After.
It was like 22 minutes.
Yeah, well, Sneck's the only one that did, and they got the fire band, and also Ruddy, good skip. Great skip with that M1 there.
Yeah, I was happy with myself there.
Yeah. I see you had so much emotion. You could barely contain yourself.
All right.
You either give no emotion or all of the emotion, and then an emo gets made out of it. It's great. But anyway, it was good racing though. I was do you feel like it's faster with the roll? Like, do you prefer this? Like, do you think the cube is going to be better than for racing rather than the fire the seer, or like the roll's better than the oil spill? Like, is the extra damage of the oil spill worth losing that easier pillar skip?
No, the ice is definitely better.
But yeah, that's what I was
thinking. You have to know how to use. Yeah.
It's got to be like icebox roll. Yes, chef. I think is the best one.
Yeah.
Oil spill is nice. I can just
so I
freeze.
I kind of wish we had to see that run.
Yeah, I mean, the seer is they're supercharged. I think the Yes Chef ice is just insane. Obviously, freeze is OP, but the just normal base seer is also just really strong. Like, really, the range is crazy. Yeah. It hits really hard. Like, I don't know. I agree that I think ice is the better one because you just command the Mithrix fight. Obviously, you control it completely if you're controlling your timings.
Yeah.
But again, the seer is just really, really good now as well. It's chalk and cheese to what it used to be.
All right, I am, I think, set up. Dan, can you go make sure that everyone in bracket 3 is ready to go? I have Ruddy and Facu here who are ready. I need Cabbage and Confused. I think Confused looks good.
Copy.
And then you're going to swap out with Disputed. And we'll see you maybe next Loadout after.
Subbed out. Enjoy your bad Gambas chat. All right.
Okay.
Bye,
when hey Disputed. When Facu and Ruddy, when Disputed goes and tells you to start, start. And okay, thank you. Good luck. All right, we're on to Loadout 3 already. We're on the winner's bracket at the moment. The first winner's bracket, we have Cabbage, Confused, Ruddy, and Facu. This is the cool one, right? Very cool. I think everyone is ready to go. I'm just kind of waiting on Facu to go to the character select screen, and then we'll start up. And I have to change some stuff as well. We have disputed casting. We gotta let people know that.
Howdy.
All right, you
Good
can
to
go
be
tell
here.
them that they can start now.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, chat. This one's gonna be good. Besides the last winners bracket finale, I think this is gonna be one of our more competitive ones today. Definitely. We're weeding out the pack a little bit. We're seeing some of our best racers go at it right now in Fall Sun. So with this loadout, this is kind of interesting. As a reminder, all of the loadouts were randomly rolled today. So, for example, the first chef loadout was rolled, and then the second loadout was just made up of all of the skills that were left over. So this one got the Alt M2 default utility and default special, actually, which I'm not sure how this loadout ranks. This is not a loadout combination I've tried personally.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how this one's gonna go.
Not the worst one. I think having Meridian's Will with Laser of the Father is kind of not the best combination, just because you only have 4 seconds initially with the triple growth, and then it takes like 2 seconds to charge the laser fully. So just like having Laser Blast with that one is a lot better, and that's going to be the next loadout, I believe. So I think that one overall is going to be better. I do like the stakes a lot, though.
I agree.
It's a little bit harder to keep consistent ruin stacks if you're trying to kill something that way, but it definitely feels like it scales better with growth.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those characters that, like, by the end of the run, you are just absolutely tearing through everything, especially if you've just gotten any prayer beads at all, any amount of stake, any infusion. You just scale so hard, especially with backup mags on this secondary. It's crazy. So
I do really like how they interact with laser burst, though. Just using that to refill all of your stacks. Very, very strong.
I mean,
I do it a little bit with the laser, but
yeah, I definitely think the alt special is the better one, especially for racing. It's just you kind of blast through so quick, and you just get everything back so quick. You don't really have to wait or channel anything at all. Though that being said, I really like this utility for the slams and stuff, especially as we get more proc items. We will get that 1.5 proc coefficient if we see players dashing up into the air. We actually see Ruddy going into an AP round printer stage 1 already, which is kind of nice.
Interesting.
Love that.
Not getting very many, only really having 2 items to put into it.
There's also a speed printer down below, which we see Confuse going into, which is interesting.
Huh.
Which one do you think is actually better here?
Is.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I probably would go with a mix. Yeah, which is what Confused is doing, going half and half here. We do see a backup mag for Cabbage, though, which is very, very good with this loadout, so I don't really think they want to lose that.
I'd probably go for the speed.
Thing is, you also do
in
get...
general, it's just really strong.
Yeah, you do get speed and
damage a lot of the time.
From growth, though, as well.
And backup mag is nice. Oh, and there's a little bit of growth. Bison stake in that healing chest. Usually healing chests are the ones you don't really get very happy to see, but in this instance, they can be really good.
I mean,
infusion there as well.
Infusion and stake is insane, right? Can you get prayer beads from those? No, I don't think so. Even though it does get health regen and more health, I don't think they're in health chests. I'd be surprised. I think it's more of a utility chest only.
Yeah. And the spawn pool for healing chests is actually fairly small, so the likelihood of getting one is pretty high.
We've seen Confused get down to actually, I think, 2 health there, by the way. Barely alive, but making it through. They just have to really avoid all these Lemurians and Wisps right now. They're actually taking more of a safe approach here, which is good. Just slamming kind of around the corner there, just going from cover to cover, jumping around. It's like they're the only one.
That teleporter item.
Ooh, Infusion. This is a really, really nice run here. I mean, especially for Ruddy and also Cabbage, who both have the stake. That's a lot of extra growth. I wonder if that's immediately, or I wonder if that would be immediately enough to get a second laser burst on the ult. Probably, actually. Confused getting the boss down, which is amazing. They need to keep using those M2s so they can get that growth for health regen there. And they do that. Looks good. It looks like they're... I think everyone's going to be taking this opal from the multi-shop there. I'd be surprised if Faku didn't. But we'll see, we'll see. Maybe there's some hidden play with one of the other ones. Overall, though,
now,
I mean...
are there any...
Go on.
Are there any like cool skips people have found with the False Sun?
I am not so sure, actually. I know that the longer you spend in the air, the more height you'll get off like the slam. Like I've seen some stuff like that, but I don't think anyone's actually transferred that to actually skipping pillars in a useful way.
Okay.
I've personally skipped pillars with Afterburner, you know, but that's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's probably some cool spots you can sit on the tree and everything, but with the races themselves, only having to do 2 pillars, I imagine they'll just kind of rush pillars and get that done. Also, I didn't even consider this. Everyone has a chance of getting prey on here. We have RPD on stage 3. That's one of those things you gotta remember to check your stages when you're racing to make sure that you can kind of form your run around this kind of stuff.
Very true.
I don't know if anyone's going to turn it down, but no one really has equipment, so it's not like they're trading it for anything else. It's just a free pre-on through and through.
The only reason you wouldn't pick it up is if you forgot.
Yeah. I mean, they're so far ahead here. Usually we see players get to stage 3 at, you know, a time where they had maybe a minute or so to get the pre-on, maybe less. But we saw like Ruddy get here, or Cabbage get here, and Ruddy like even like 5 to 6 minutes on the clock. They've been going very fast, and this is a loadout where you can kind of just do that. Or this is a character where you can kind of just do that. Let me be clear on that. What I want to see more of, though, is I want to see more players start to jump in the air and slam when they have some proc stuff. Especially Cabbage has an ATG, and so does Confused. Actually, Ruddy's the only one without it. It much better to jump in the air and slam with it. We actually see prayer beads on Cabbage as well, which is very, very... I mean, we're getting all of the growth items for False Sun here. This is insane.
I'm not sure what the numbers are on the like dash into the slam, but I know they nerfed the slam by like 1/3, right? It went from 1500 to 1000, I believe. But I wonder if it is actually better if you just use the 2 dashes.
I don't know. I mean, I know that dashing, I think, once will give you the 1.5 proc coefficient. I think it is enough, especially if you jump off something. So, I mean, you know, getting a 15% chance ATG off of how much ever damage you're doing is kind of nice.
It's like having a built-in headset in your kit. There's a little bit. One.
Yeah. And its AoE is pretty good too. It's not like it's not that bad. Cabbage, though, definitely coming on top with the strongest build, though, I think, here so far. Especially as we just see more and more growth stacks kind of come into play here as the infusion kind of comes in as they farm it up. If Cabbage gets the chance to get rid of prayer beads, all this kind of stuff, we'll see kind of the M2 stacks just kind of skyrocket. And we'll see the character just get really fast and do a lot of damage. So,
Ruddy grabbing a saw.
Interesting. I think that's definitely going to be better here in their case than the Preon.
I think they're very comparable. They're both very useful at bursting down teleporter bosses, but the saw I think is just preferable mainly because of its cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, We also don't have a band to multiply off pre on here, so I would be surprised if anyone kept it. It would feel kind of like a gamble, like someone's like expecting to get a band at some point. Be what I'd be thinking. Although the dash is really good for having players get into Mithrix and kind of blast them that way, right? With the hug. So
That's true. Sawtech is a thing as well, though.
true.
Oh, that's a Lumi for Ruddy.
That's really, really good. Limited shot. I mean, you on False Sun, you are going to be using your M2 pretty much constantly, and as a melee character, you know, with the club, you can get in there and just start blasting. It's a lot better
ridiculous.
with the default secondary, but it's still really good with this one. So, especially if you have laser burst.
Ridiculous item.
Very, very strong.
Like damage solved. Cabbage found it as well.
Very
Actually,
interesting teleporter on stage 4, spawning right under a mushroom. So you can see Faku like just edging a little bit closer, just trying to hit it without jumping up.
Everyone's pretty much on pace here.
And that
Confused and Faku a little bit ahead on this teleporter, but Ruddy and Cabbage, I have to imagine, are headed that way right now.
Team Strider pretty much will die immediately here. The damage is flowing with how much growth they have. We are getting really good runs today, actually, for like specifically the characters that we're playing with. We do see a band up on one of the ramps on stage 4 as well. Cabbage just picking that one up. Cabbage finding all the goodies right now today. Even in their first loadout, they were able to find all 3 reds on the chef. So they're kind of just finding everything good.
See, though, I mean, I feel like nobody's really going to be wanting for damage here. Although, like, missing out on that band does make a pretty sizable difference if they're not able to find it. The
Especially
ATG,
with
I feel
just
like
slamming.
less so, but
potentially. I don't know. I mean, like, the M2 will proc twice if you use it correctly, which means you just have more chances to proc stuff with this this M2, I think, than it looks. If you shoot downwards through an enemy into the ground, it'll hit the ground and hit them. So could get some ATGs proccing if they're really shooting through groups well at good angles.
You could. I just don't think it's quite as run altering here as a band is.
I think band is always just going to be one of the most run altering items in the game. It's just too good. Looks like we're on the way to stage 5 already. 3 or 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Racers are on it already. We see Confused going right for the teleporter actually as well. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised on that. We saw Cabbage earlier today go a little bit slower on the chef run, even though they said after that they could have kind of blitzed through. They were just like, yeah, I just kind of, you know, wanted to make sure I kind of got there and just kind of play it safe. So maybe that's their strategy with this one as well. It does.
Every time I've been in a tournament, I got third twice. Never won a single loadout. I just did well enough to not be eliminated enough times. And that's all you need.
Well, second twice, right? Or, well, I guess the last one you got third. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't win, but you did get the last loadout. That is true. You did get a shot.
Well, I think it means I'm the third best racer of all time.
Maybe. We actually see Confused proc their transmitter here on stage 5. This teleport is kind of, oh my god. The children bomb absolutely breaking all of the extra barrier they had left. They got to be a little bit careful for those. There was a pre-spawned worm on the stage, so they were just kind of fighting 2 worms at once, and I think that kind of tripped them up with the limited space of the teleport on this one, half of it being in a cliff. These children are kind of oppressive here. You really need to take them out quick. Jesus.
Shatterspleen from TP here.
I'm not sure how good that's going to be here. There's not really a lot of crit going on. Cabbage has the most crit available. Also, Cabbage getting another Lumi at the top of stage 5. Which
There's
is...
a dagger there. Yeah, it's like... It would have been helpful if they got that like stage 3. It has decent AoE potential here, but it's not really going to help them that much at this point in the run.
Unfortunately not. If they had a lot of crit, it could be really good with Laser the Father, but we're just not really there yet. And Confused, the first one to the moon. This is the second time today that they've been the first one to the moon, so playing super well today.
I think just grabbing a different equipment here.
Ooh, Faku grabbing wings. Confused has egg. I think we can see a skip with egg here. It's just going to take a little while, unfortunately, because we have to wait for that cooldown. But with a double dash and egg, I'm pretty sure we can do it. So
now, Cabbage does, I think, have a bit of a lead here with his items, but he's also the last person to hit this teleporter.
Mm-hmm.
You can see Confused and Faku going down the tunnel right now.
Interesting to see Ruddy gamble away from the egg there and go for a random. Gets a Molotov, but I think he was just hoping for a vase or wings. Kind of like the wings on Faku, though, dude. Well. Faku looks like they're ready to get first in the Loadout, man.
Yeah. Okay, so what is Ruddy going to do for a skip here?
I think Ruddy's just going to do pillars.
Okay.
Oh, looks like Confused isn't even bothering with the egg skip because it will just take too long. They're going right for Soul Pillar. They are losing a lot of health here.
A lot of damage.
Yeah, from these golems that spawn. Maybe
and
yeah.
Faku, I think, is in the fight. They're loading, but yeah, here we go. So Faku taking a lead here. Especially if
by far
Confused is committed to these pillars.
Especially like Soul Pillars here. There's a lot of tanky enemies here. I would have hoped maybe they swapped pillars or something. They
transmitter.
Yeah, transmitter down, and they have already like 25% of their HP lost to
they
Curse.
Skip, man. They can still back down from this.
Yeah, I mean, all while they do have a skip in their inventory, so... I mean, look at Faku's Mythrix fight, already more than halfway done through phase 1. Depending on what happens with Cabbage and Ruddy and how they choose to handle the moon here, Confused, despite being the first one here, could end up being the last one to leave the moon. We'll see.
Faku getting some pretty consistent death marks on Mythrix here. The Lunar Ruin does count as 2 debuffs, by the way, which I have to imagine is a bug that they just haven't fixed. But yeah,
I would also imagine.
Very, very strong on False Sun.
Yeah, we have a lot of those, don't we? We've had like one double death mark thing like every patch, even since like Hopu like made the game. It must be so easy to do on accident. Already phase 2.
Like that back in the day.
Halfway through phase 2 in the fight here for Faku. No one else is even in the fight, so unless Faku does +5, I mean, looks like they're just kind of taking this one. But we'll see. They could. Phase 3 starts right now.
And does Cabbage have an egg here? Cabbage probably going for an egg skip, I have to imagine.
Maybe not. We'll see. I mean, looks like they're not going for soul necessarily. So maybe they are trying to get up this ramp here just to try to use egg to go up. We'll see.
I can't believe Confused is committed to this.
Unfortunately, Confused just really can't kill these golems, which are preventing the charging of soul pillars. So it's just really taking a while.
Cabbage messing up the skip a little bit here.
Everyone has a different approach to pillars here. Ruddy has 1 soul pillar charged, but it's not an amazing amount. I think the saws really definitely helped with clearing some initial spawns there, but
it gives him a lead over Confused though.
Cabbage just find a spot on the tree, so it's gonna be a little while still. They have to wait quite a bit here. And look at that. Faku is done with phase 3 Mithrix and no one else even in the fight at all.
Holy shit. And they got to the moon before or after Confused did.
Yeah.
Confused still on
those wings, man.
Here.
Wings are just too good.
I don't know. I feel like the egg skip would have. It'd be in phase 3 right now.
Probably. But this is their last player they have to charge, and they still could get second place here.
Oh,
but they are missing half their health. Oh my god.
That was...
Good job.
You got it.
Ruddy and Confused entering the fight at the pretty much exact same time here. About 8 seconds apart. Faku beating Mithrix in its totality. Cabbage getting into the fight just right now as well. So we have all 3 of our remaining players entering the fight right now, and only one of them is going to get the gold spot for the bracket. So, because Faku already has it. Very interesting. Who do you think is going to take it based on their skill and their build?
I'm going to say Cabbage purely because he has a clean health bar.
Okay.
Everyone else is missing quite a bit of health here.
That is a big factor, actually.
Especially Confused.
Confused missing a lot of health, though. Ruddy is taking a lot of swings here, so his health is draining as well. But I mean, I don't know if... Oh my god. Confused does take a swipe there, losing half of his health. I don't know if that was an Opal hit or not, but if that wasn't... Or, sorry, if that was an Opal hit, a hit like that will probably end up killing him unless Echo is up. Fortunately, we do have some defensive items here. Ruddy also does have transmitters still primed and ready. So if something bad does happen, that could potentially be procced. Ruddy making it through phase 1. So does Confused. And then Cabbage is about to make it through right now as well. Cabbage... It looks like Cabbage and Ruddy have the same timer pretty much, but Confused started at a tiny bit different time. So they're about 10 seconds behind, I think, the other two. Deceptively so. Let's bring in Faku right now and see how their run went. Hey, Faku.
Hello.
You got first, so congratulations. Really good work on that. It was a
like quite
21-minute run. You finished Mithrix before anyone else even started Mithrix. Yeah.
Did they
but you were not the first person.
No one found wings. Was the big thing on that one. Everyone either had to do pillars or they had like an egg skip that was very slow.
Had to is a strong word, I would say.
Well, Ruddy had to do pillars.
Right where you spawn?
Yeah, Ruddy
where you spawn the wings.
Yeah, no one found them.
It was on my face.
I mean, no one looked.
Luminous shot.
They did have luminous shot, yeah. I think that the only difference in builds was just the wings. Everyone pretty much had the same thing overall. Like an item here there was missing. Ruddy doesn't have any ATGs, so that's a little bit different. But
this is very close though. Cabbage entering phase 3, as well as Confused.
Yeah, I mean Ruddy's about to right now. I mean they're so close. And they're kind of they're kind of swapping positions as they go, but I mean they're only really a couple seconds difference between each other, so I actually have no idea who's gonna take the gold spot here. None.
It very likely will come down to phase 4 skips here. Can anyone do it though? Actually, no fire band.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some laser skip, right? Surely you can just hold it down.
Is that enough damage?
I don't know actually. Either way, Confused is done with phase 3, actually a ways ahead of the other two.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I know they are about 10-second difference, but they're going to be a lot ahead here unless someone else skips.
What was the difference in damage there? Because in phase 1, they're going about the same pace. Phase 2, they're going about the same pace.
I mean,
did they just hit like a really lucky luminous shot crit or something?
If they slammed and got that ATG proc, that could have probably just done it. So, and it looks like Confused is going for the egg skip.
Gonna be out of here.
Love that. All right.
Sending Cabbage and Ruddy to losers.
That's
a bit of an upset.
That is interesting, isn't it? Wow. Well, let me
Nobody
get that
is
on
going
the
to be out
bracket
here,
then.
though. This is winner's
No.
bracket.
Yeah.
So they will have another chance.
Next loadout is the one where we're going to actually see some eliminations, actually. The first eliminations of the day. If Cabbage and Ruddy lose on that one, then they are actually out of the tournament. So, kind of interesting.
Good job to Confused for bringing it back there. I was a little bit
I
worried
was
for them.
very worried, man. Yeah, looks like Ruddy's about to finish up phase 3 in a second here. Okay.
That was a quick loadout.
That was great. I need to start setting up the next one as well. Our next loadout is going to be Tyler, Duklowski, Sneck, and Goji, which is going to be a fun one. And we'll go to the second losers bracket, or the winners of the losers bracket, and then we'll go to the final bracket of the day. So we have 3 more loadouts for you guys today. 3 more. This is awesome. Let's bring in Confused right now. Hey, Confused, how's it going, dude?
Hey, man.
You qualified.
Yeah, you got second place, so you're going on to gold. Congratulations.
Holy fuck.
Made us worried there.
A little bit. I was looking at those soul pillars and I was like, oh man, I don't know.
Holy shit, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what was the decision making behind pillars there with the egg?
I'm not I just didn't know that if I could skip or not. I just didn't know.
Fair enough.
Like I like in my head it makes sense that you would be able to skip, but I don't want to try something new.
Right. Cabbage.
I did lose 5 minutes over it though. So.
You got third place on that, Cabbage, so you're going to losers bracket, actually.
Yeah, that egg skip was not a.
Well, you should have seen the alternative, actually.
What is the alternative?
Any bases, really?
Oh, yeah, okay.
There were wings, though.
There were wings on stage 5 that everyone missed except Faku, so that's why Faku was so far ahead of you guys. Let's bring him ready actually right now as well.
Everyone found the luminous, I assume?
Yes. Hello, ready.
Yeah, that was a difficult one to find. Not the wings.
Yeah.
Wings?
There were wings on stage 5, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say.
An egg as well.
Was that a difference?
That was a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
Faku finished Mithrix before anyone even got to Mithrix.
But Cabbage, Ruddy, and Confused, you guys all like entered Mithrix at the exact same time and entered even phase 3 at pretty much the same time.
It was pretty much exactly the same time. Like going into it, we had no idea which one of you was actually going to win it all. So
I'm not really sure what happened, but like in phase 3 somehow Confused was able to kill Mithrix when Cabbage and Ruddy had like half of his health bar left. I feel like there might have been a
I got a 12 stack Lunar Ruin 5 Luminous Shot Slam.
Yeah, that'll do
it.
It
was beautiful, man. It did like half the self bar and it beats it. It was great.
Okay, I need to make sure that all of our other racers are ready to go. I'm not quite ready yet, but I need to make sure that they're ready. So just to be clear for you guys, Faku and Confused, congratulations. You guys are going on to the last loadout of the day. Cabbage and Ruddy, you're going on to loadout number 5. So just make sure you guys are ready for when that happens. We're going into loadout number 4 right now. So good luck when that happens. If you guys lose in loadout 5, though, you cannot go on to the last one. So unfortunately. Trying to find everyone's names here. Disputed, are you tagging out with... Oh, Dan's not here. You're fine with... Oh, Dan is here. Tagging out with Dan then, I assume. make sure everyone is ready, one of you, if you can. Appreciate it.
They're all in their chambers, it seems like.
Yeah, I G'd them up. They're all good to rock and roll.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good luck.
Well, we're not ready yet. Whoa. Fucking. I
I
gotta.
swapping out with Dan.
Oh, yeah, you're leaving. Goodbye. I'll see you
Love
soon.
you, dear.
Go,
Bye.
man.
Everyone should be good to rock and roll. All right, so this one, I don't know.
This is the alternate of the first
Yeah.
false sun loadout we had. So we're gonna see the other abilities now, actually, which I think
I
is
think
fun.
this is the best
Yeah.
loadout for False Sun, so it should be way faster.
Mm-hmm.
You rate this dash over the other dash?
The passive benefit is like insane.
It's very good.
Like if
Very
you
cool to
watch
play
my
around.
stage 2, I'm full health the whole time with that dash.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. It is wild. I'm just thinking about the benefit of the club charge with the airtime and the proc code raising with the 0.5 time, the 0.5 seconds worth of airtime. But also, is that worth taking when you can just have 3 times the amount of growth on the growth character, where you just have insane movement speed? If you you get rid of all your stakes and use that, it's like it feels like 5 to 6 who's worth of speed on stage 1. Obviously not for
Get a
the
Luna
entire
shot,
time,
though.
but I mean your Luna shot there, obviously. The Artem. The laser burst as well. I'm really excited to see this change now with the lunar spikes make him agile as well. Such a little change that I think is gonna be really welcome by the races, because the feeling of having to stop and sprint and stop and sprint and stop and sprint just to get your stakes down, which is your entire point of playing around the growth mechanic, but now making it agile to be able to sprint and hold that down is such a nice little quality of life change that they made, and it's so comfy. It's going to really encourage people to use that and really help them stay in that speed. And also with the 3 times growth, you don't only get the attack speed and health regen. Obviously, the other side of the same coin, if you have a bunch of lunar spikes, obviously, which increases with your growth, which is from health, like infusion and stakes. If you really want to, you can dash in there with full stacks and just hard press M1, have crazy armor, crazy attack speed. Go in there with your laser, get some more ticks on your laser. It's what I mean about how they've really cooked with the survivors and have really changed them up to make them more engaging. It's not just you hold M1 and that's it. There's so many ways to think and play around these survivors now. It's really cool. Really
All right, I am ready. Finally, set up everything. So if you guys want, or if you want to tell them to start up, let's do it.
I'll go scream at him. All right.
All right, thank you. All right, on to Loadout 4. Sorry, I have to redo the entire overlay every time manually because we have too many people playing, so my bad. Takes me a little bit between each. All right, but Loadout number 4. So this reminder is our losers bracket from the first 2 loadouts we had. Just as a reminder, everyone here today is very good, but we gotta have some people getting 3rd and 4th. That's just how it goes. And specifically in this one, if you get 3rd and 4th, if you get either of those positions, you are out of the tournament for the rest of the day. So this is going to be the first time we're going to see actually people get eliminated here. So you have to be really careful. In the other loadouts we've seen, if you lose, hey, we can go to another loadout. We can, figure it out. But no, not anymore. We don't really have that comfort. It's
Nope.
It's totally you're in or you're not. So very exciting stuff. And what you guys were talking about with the laser burst here, I like it. I like this laser burst a lot. And I think this
Yes.
it works so well with the M2. Regardless of what secondary you have, just resetting half of your stacks is just such a wonderful thing, especially as you get growth and backup mags. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. From where it was before, when it was like unusable, now it's just I genuinely think it's better than the default one. I really like it.
I agree. You're just able to have so much growth and deal so much damage so quickly. The other one, you can definitely be in that channeling mode for a while and deal a lot of damage over time, but the burst on this one is just so insane. What do you think about this dash,
Can we
by
talk
the
about
way?
the huge... this dash is really interesting. It's gonna be like I was talking about it earlier and touched on it a bit before, but like it adds that level of engagement to survivors that they need. And it's like you said about not just holding M1. Like you can go in with crazy attack speed or crazy armor or get like crazy speed and insane health regen. Like it's really cool to play around. I don't know which one I prefer out of either one. I think that's a Shattering Justice. Holy,
Love that.
I think adding the charged M1, adding the proc with the airtime with the other dash is really good, and the fact that you can charge your club and dash and use the default laser with the dash, that stuff is all really, really cool as well. It's hard to say which is better, but this is very fun. It's very engaging, which is what we need.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Dukowski is the first one to stage 2. Looks like they just have
In
that
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
That Shattering Justice
Jesus.
start wrapping that Mocha, and they're just like, hey, I'm getting out of here. We have seen some really, really fast times in the past with False Sun, so it's not something that super surprises me, but
no.
Just seeing it though is just always impressive. The level of confidence that some of these guys have for it. Also, we see a little Disciple Printer in the teleporter, so if we get a Beetle Gland here, that's a really nice item to have.
Oh, well,
what were you thinking about?
That's the Gamba done already. Jesus, cancel that real quick.
All right, well.
I was say people that might be a little bit sad that they don't have Laser of the Father here, got the Shattering Justice, but they do have the Lunar Spikes instead of the Stakes, which do give you a decent amount of charges. So you should still be able to get some pretty good synergies. Like spam all of your Lunar Spikes out, get the Shattering Justice and the debuff of them as well, and you get some pretty good damage.
Unfortunately, no boss item there, so no little Disciple, unless someone finds a sneaky gun somewhere, or a mountain shrine, which I don't think is going to happen. So, a little bit unfortunate on that. A little bit of a... tough to see. We have a lot more items on Tyler leaving stage 1, especially... actually the most, I think. Missing out on our Chronic Expansion, though. I think actually Snek is the only one who has that, which is really, really nice going forward, especially with all the teleporters just able to stack up so much damage. But we'll see. We'll see how much.
Stag printer, dude. Yeah, I see.
Okay. And so
interesting.
Tyler coming out of stage 1 with the most items, actually able to use the stake printer way better than anyone, and no one else has even found it, by the way.
What a world we live in. Seeing someone full print stake and erase is crazy.
And have it be like the best thing that happens to them, right?
Great, that's wild. That's so cool.
I mean, man, suddenly Tyler's
already, though.
I know. So fast. And there's gonna be, I mean, he already has multiple charges of the laser burst, which means he's gonna be dishing out so much damage so quickly here. We have a lot of lunar spikes, and we're going to be resetting those constantly. This is really, really good.
This is going to get to that point. You were talking about how you can just sort of synergize them so quickly, but now it's just instantaneously. Stage 2, they're going to be spike into laser, into spike, into laser, into spike, into laser. It's just going to be honestly continuous damage.
Honestly, if I were Tyler, I would actually try to loot up this stage. I would just get as many stakes as possible, and then I would probably just rush or something.
Just bum rush, dude. Being able to swap out between just insane armor, insane regen, insane movement speed is such a cool mechanic. I really like it.
And there's a Purion, no surprise, getting to the Purion chest at 5 minutes and about 40 seconds for Dukowski, which is, I mean, something we usually only see with like a loader, right? But, man.
Yeah, true. So I saw a message in a chat that asked me what growth is. Growth is the mechanic that is special to False Sun. It is the more health-related items you pick up, the more stacks of Lunar Ruin you get. And obviously his movement speed and attack speed and armor and stuff is all based around his Lunar Spikes. So the more health you get, the more of that you have, the stronger you are.
Yeah, I mean, it just scales your health like exponentially. It feels like as well. You also get special stacks. Also, I think it does scale off of the Meridian's Will utility as well. So like we have a lot of scaling with your stake here, and Tyler is in fact going back and getting some more, which I love to see. Love that. Love that.
Nice, dude. Steak hungry, dude.
Love it.
Man, how many spikes does he have now? I wonder. God,
I mean,
so fast.
We're not gonna really
And the
even
gas
find
to
out.
leave the stage.
Yeah, you don't really even
There,
need
yes.
speed items either when you have this much growth. Like
No.
stake just kind of takes care of it, which is a
don't
really
need armor.
interesting mechanic.
You don't need armor, don't need speed, don't need health. You don't need, it's just pure damage items. That's all you need now.
Mm-hmm.
And that gas is so comfy as well. Honestly, the razor wire, if they just sit there at full stacks, they'll be able to take a lot of shots. And that razor wire is honestly going to do a lot for them too. So
True. I mean, look at how fast they're healing. Look at how fast Tyler is healing right now. After they
insane.
they got the Void Cradle. I mean, that
Oh
we've
my
never
God.
seen shit like that before in Eclipse 8, unless you have like an actual like
Jesus.
pure
Yeah,
healing build.
That's
Like,
a good point, actually. E8, that's half speed right now.
Yeah.
That's
it's
wild.
double that in Monsoon. Like, this character is insane, dude.
Oh my god! And that capacitor damage after all the stacks of ruin on that Dune Strider, that capacitor did like 3/4 of that health. Then
It's so easy,
Oof.
man. And you know what's crazy? No one else found the stake printer, man. So I think this
No.
is definitely Tyler's to lose. I would be very sad for them if they took a +5 somewhere, because they have this like huge advantage on this one that no one else has. So we'll see how it goes, and I hope the best for them. But man, this is definitely an interesting one. That being said, Duklowski is the first one into Siren's Call right now. There is a Void Seed as well. Do you think someone's gonna go for the AWU? Void Seed kind of skip there, or is that kind of too out of the way?
That's, I don't know, man. In this run, if it was any other run, maybe. But this run,
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't
kind
be
of
surprised if some did. Ooh, sales down there for Snack, very nice. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did it as like even if Tyler did it and didn't even intend to kill the AWU, like just did it just like maybe we'll go in there, might do it, and just ignore it sort of thing. But that's such a time waste. Like they've got such a lead.
I kind of agree. Like, okay, I don't even think Tyler needs the red, to be honest. It would be nice to get a headset though. There is a nice Tesla coil for Duklowski though, and
Very
stage 4
comfy.
in the cave. So especially on this stage, this is probably the best stage in the game to have Tesla coil in, just because you have swarms of like pretty high level larvae and jellyfish constantly. So very nice. Pretty easy soulless control unit as the boss here.
Shattering Justice either. Where was that Shattering Justice stage one? Goji didn't find it. I just realized.
Right next to
Shame.
the Halcyon Shrine. It was in I think it was in a large damage chest, so they might not have
dang.
had enough money for it when they left, unfortunately. They kind of went around other places and looted.
Yeah, that's fair. Snack getting the double backup mag there, which is actually pretty nice as well for that small stakes.
It is really nice. It's not a full replacement for growth though, but it is
No.
really good. Like, and
it's kind of growth light, isn't it?
It's in some cases I think it's better than growth. Like if you're using the alternate
true.
M2 secondary, like just getting some of those stacks so quickly is really good. It looks like we do have an ally worship unit on Snake's screen here, so they are going to try to go for the red
Okay.
here. We'll see how that kind of turns out. I'm kind of concerned that this might be not the most favorable spot. It looks like they're going to try to lead AWU down through the tunnel, which is actually
That's
a good
fair.
strategy here. We'll see.
Ooh, what's that green printer back there? What was that green printer? There is a focus
Noxious
printer up
Thorn,
there,
I
which is
think.
definitely worth a look at. Ah, okay. Oh, Tyler is. Oh, I've got the soul soon. Don't worry, I'm done. Never mind.
All good. We do have
Tyler
empathy
not going for
cores
the AWU here.
from TP though.
Ooh.
It looks like Snek does get AWU into the spot they wanted in. They just have to not die now. Just kind of stay safe. AWU will suffocate out.
the empathy core is a really nice little touch there to like. The only issue, like as it gets scary, is obviously ads and stuff in phase 3
It's
and
a
phase
headset.
2. Oh my Lanta, it was worth it. Huh.
It was worth it. Okay.
Huh.
Well, I don't really think anyone else is going to go for it, is the thing. So, I don't know. Actually, maybe we see Deklowski going for it right now. Just
Is there...
not sure.
Is there going to be a host skip difference here? Interesting.
Potentially. I mean, well, I guess we'll see stage 5 if there's any skip equipment. But, I mean, just using headset on Mithrix is already really damn good as it is.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh, gosh.
It's very interesting.
And that focus crystal printer as well. I wonder if... Oh, I forgot about the focus crystal printer. I wonder. Yeah, Tyler's definitely not going to go back for AWU. The empathy cores are kind of like they're saying the watch printer as well. Losing stake for watch.
Do we like
shoots off
that?
on the foot.
I don't know. I don't want to go too many. I think that's as many as you do if you do it. I mean,
Too
obviously
safe.
it's multiplying, but just losing that scaling is just also so painful. It's so painful to see stake go, dude. We see Deklowski and Tyler leaving at the exact same time on a stage 5. Looks like Goji is going for the red here. With AWU, we'll see if they can pull that off. I think Snack had a really clean way of doing it too. I think most people would have stood just behind the wall there, and I think AWU probably would have gone in and out of the Void Seed. So, okay. Actually, interesting. We're seeing Goji activate AWU, and then just kind of AFK the AWU fight, and just hope that AWU goes for the Void enemies in the seed.
Just aggro's one?
Yeah, just automatically instead of them. Which is it's a kind of good way of doing it as well. And AWU is losing a little bit of damage, or losing a little bit of health here, so maybe it's working.
That's kind of what I expected Tyler might do as well. Just like chuck it out there, hope it sticks, and just ignore it. But
yeah,
either way. And it's working. It's dying down there. Ooh, but
Tyler...
so is Goji. 07.
That's tough.
The Void found them.
Speaking of dying, I think we are losing a little bit of health here on Deklowski and Tyler. Both. Tyler lost the watches. Turns out losing them for that stake wasn't really the right call, but they are healing up so fast because of that growth. They just got to make sure that they're safe right now. They can definitely go into the Mythrix fight and be pretty well off. I would hope they find some damage here, though, on stage 5 to multiply with that stake. That's all I'm kind of worried about.
Even if they just found some drones, something to multiply a little bit with something with their build.
Ooh.
Help them out.
And there is a pluripotent larva right next to TP that Sneck found right before TP as well. So
interesting.
Hopefully that helps them out quite a bit there. I like Sneck using the Sailstar on the health chest right next to TP, trying to get a stake or infusion. I think that was a nice call. Unfortunately, Goji +5s again.
Anybody else.
A little bit tough.
Dang.
I don't want to call it early, but 2+5s looks pretty rough here. To get second or first place with 2+5s is, I'm not going to say unheard of, but it's going to be really hard, and you really have to hope everyone else messes up worse. But Goji does get the headset, so that's something. Maybe everyone else dies on pillars, who knows?
Watching False Sun get gameplay makes me feel like I'm in some kind of like bizarro time zone sort of situation. I'm like clapping for stake printers, stale stars on health chests. Like, this is great. This is so smart. So weird.
I've always said it, bizarre. Even since like the very start of SOTS, even if I hated False Sun, I was like, dude, the growth mechanic with stakes is such a good idea. Like, that shit is so good.
Goji going on the watches now too?
To turn some of the worst items in the game to some of the ones where you're just like, I need it. I get so excited when I see it, right? Genius.
Yeah. It is an interesting way to deal with like item dilution as well, right? Like you don't need to add more items, just make more items stronger in certain situations, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, and we can see that Tyler just barely grabbed that Plarva before leaving there.
very
Unfortunately, Duklowski doesn't have it. I'm not sure that they... I don't know if they saw it or not, but either way, don't have it, so that's tough. Goji going into stage 5 right now. Everyone else is pretty much almost stage 5 or leaving stage 5. So alongside the 2+5s here, Goji being a stage behind about is kind of rough. A little bit brutal.
They got put back pretty. It was a bit unfortunate, but... All right, do we see Tyler physically overtake here with the extra speed? I think we will. They're just
I mean,
so
look how
fast.
fast he's going, dude. It's kind of crazy that Tyler, the only actual thing in his build, actually, is Stake, right? We're seeing him fight Mythics with essentially Stake and a Shatter Injustice. So, we'll see how that goes, but I don't think it's going to be that bad either. Do I wish we had more damage multiplication here? For sure, but I think this is still going to be okay anyway.
Yeah, it looks like they just got the Pluripotent and the one missile drone to help out with the empathy cores, and that's about it.
Looks like we're going for blood pillars here as well. Do we have 2 blood pillars or just 1? I can't yet tell.
2, I think.
Yeah, there's 2.
I think
Okay,
it was
good.
2.
Just want to make
Interesting
sure.
that 2 people without the skip are the first ones there. But now Snake's gonna... This is where they take over now.
Yeah. How do you beat Snack here? I mean, they're in the fight. That's it.
They're just praying for a +5. That's all they're doing.
So I guess in second place, we're looking at Tyler and Duklowski, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
2 people are getting eliminated out of the entire tournament in just a couple minutes. And, you know, we gotta start thinking about who that is, unfortunately.
Because Duklowski's having a tough time losing their elixir, hanging on those watches. There was so many perfected exploders there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Really,
man, it's brutal.
Trying to be pretty aggressive on these blood pillars, just trying to save their watches, just trying to make sure that they can get through that. I would always just recommend to keep shooting your secondary while you're doing blood pillars. Just try to get that extra health regen and stuff. It looks like Tyler saw the blood pillar situation and just said, hey, I'm just going to do design instead. So they switched gears, went over here, and this may actually end up working out for them. We still see Duklowski fighting wisps and stuff, and only 1 blood pillar down, even though it's technically faster to go, you know, because they were already on that path just to go do it. But all right, 1 design pillar down.
Off to have your stakes out or have them in for the armor during the blood pillar? Is the armor got to make you like, because you're taking a lot of damage there, right?
I guess you have to have armor unless you're gonna take curse. Actually, we see Tyler, I guess, not really take that armor into account and actually try to go for a soul pillar here, because they could do blood pillar without losing max HP. No, you're right. You're right. The armor is pretty good. Goji is skipping up to Mythics right now as well. Snek is about to finish phase 1 Mythics. I actually kind of expected the phase 1 of this fight to go a little bit faster, but Snek has it now. Snek is able to go to the ramp and then teleport up to the top of the arena. I was kind of curious whether there was a spot where you could do that with, so definitely is.
I wonder, is there a strat where you combine your slam and a headset at the same time? Like, surely, right? Yes, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah,
Holy.
so I've seen pretty much everyone talk about this when you think about the 2. I don't know which one hits the ground first. And so, like, I think if you have, like, a build with bands, you'd really want the headset to hit first, right? But, you know, if you have, like, a proc build, doesn't really much matter. If you have just, like, focus crystals, again, it also doesn't really much matter. Just hit both. Duklowski, unfortunately, losing watches there at the end of the pillar segment, which is a little bit tough. Tyler in the fight now, a little bit ahead. So if we're considering Duklowski versus Tyler for second place here, I think my money's more on Tyler. Has that pluripotent larva, got into the fight faster,
Absolutely.
has way more health, and like less curse and more growth. So we'll see how it goes. There could still be some mess ups here. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a +5 somewhere in this fight. But
And
we'll see.
phase 3 now is off a Snack, looking very comfy ahead. Play potent hand as well, and yeah, dude, I think. Just see how much the stake does, I guess, right? And it's doing decent. It's not amazing, just like stuff like you were saying. You need some extra stuff to multiply into it, but
Yeah,
for just 6 stakes, this is really good.
yeah.
For just 6 stakes.
Their build is literally just 6 stakes. It's really actually nothing else that's helping them do damage in this fight. I mean, they have the Justice, but, you know, a little bit tough. Yeah, that being said, I mean, I do like the Tesla coil on Duklowski there. Maybe they do kind of like, with the Tesla coil and Focus Crystal, kind of start to claw their way back. I don't know. It's really hard to
Would have loved to
say.
have seen the Focus Crystal watches combined here against Mythic to see how much more damage it would have been.
Snack, by the way, just about to finish phase 3. We'll see if they get some sort of
Very
skip here. Looks
comfy.
like they're trying to set up here for something. It looks like they did not get the M1 skip that they were looking for there. They tried. Going into phase 4, though.
I'm
Snack,
actually
though.
leaning more towards Duklowski now, I think. I'm looking at that Chronic expansion as well, coming into phase 2, phase 3. You can really hold that for a long time, unless they just die right now. I take it back.
Oh my god, they got down to so little health. That was a warped Echo death at the end there, too. I mean, like, you know, not that Echo is bad, but just that, you know, they didn't have full health.
The side effects of it. Yeah.
Tough. Looks like Tyler is
Died without it anyway.
in place here to get second. Though they are pretty low health, I wouldn't be shocked if they also died. They gotta be a little bit careful. As long as they play it clean here, they will be fine. But we just don't know.
Golem getting yoinked across the stage. Holy.
I found that the Meridian's Will utility, sometimes I can't tell when it's gonna pull something. Like, sometimes it really yoinks stuff from really far away.
Yeah, I feel that as well. So again, it's hard to tell if it's something that needs to be like fixed or if it's something just getting used to. It's still so
I
early
agree.
days.
Yeah, like, I don't even feel like I can be like, hey, devs, this shit sucks, or like, if it's just me being just absolutely stupid. So, but I haven't really like paid too much attention to it. I've just like kind of noticed it. I'm like, oh, that was kind of weird that enemy got pulled that far or something.
Yeah. Snack, clean, GG. Well done.
Very well done. Duklowski, unfortunately, picking up a couple more +5s there. Goji playing this fight pretty clean, halfway through phase 3 at the moment. Not really using their headset, though, even if they're not... Oh, Tyler +5ing... Or not +5ing, sorry. They had the Permanent Larva, which is okay. Sorry.
You're fine.
Still has time left. I'm surprised that Goji isn't using their headset at least on the pillars to jump down with the Meridian's Will. Like, they have, I feel like, a lot of options here to start head slamming, but they're not taking it. They did really not appreciate that pizza +5 there either, unfortunately.
Yeah. Relatable. Good job, Snack. That was very clean the whole way through. Well done.
Let's bring Snack in right now and congratulate them on the...
When did Duklowski get 4 +5s? What the heck when that happened?
Oh, they're just rolling in, man. Hey, Snack, what up?
Farming them now, right?
Hey.
You got first place. You got gold.
What?
What?
Oh, okay.
You kind of crushed it.
Yeah, you were kind of gaming. You were one of 2 people to get the headset, and Goji was the other one. And by the time they picked it up, they already had 2 +5s. So you were the only one to skip pillars that fast and kind of get in there. So really good job.
They really didn't skip AWO?
No, I actually really like the way in which you skipped AWO as well. I think, I mean, Goji did it in a more kind of lax way. They started AWO and then just did TP. and then Awu just automatically targeted the void and just kind of took care of itself a little bit. You had an active approach and kind of pulling it down the tunnel, which I liked, but either way.
And Tyler found a stake printer in stage 2, and that was kind of what they were backing a bunch. They didn't bother wasting their time on it, but it wasn't a waste of time. It got you a huge head start. I don't think necessarily gave you the win completely, but it was definitely a big boost because you got there after Tyler, but they were stuck over in Blood Pillar Hell, and you were just moseying on up there.
There was a stake printer stage 5 as well, and I don't know. I just had everything, so I didn't want to print into it.
Stage 2 is a really comfy place to get it, right? Because like you don't have that much stuff to really worry about combinations with. But yeah, stage 5 is a bit tough.
Mm-hmm.
But no, very well done. And obviously the Sail Star. I think you're the only one with a Sail Star too, actually. Yeah, Tyler with a nice second place there.
Really,
Klowski.
Really cool.
In shambles.
In shambles, unfortunately.
Again, I've definitely been there. All right.
It's tough, man. So it is cool. We have 2 winners from this loadout going on to the winners of the losers bracket, and they're gonna fight the losers of the winners bracket. So we get to see who out of those can go on to the final loadout. So you have confidence in yourself, Snack? You're gonna win the day?
Yeah.
Hell
Hope
yeah.
so.
Love that. You are going to play directly in the next loadout, so we'll see you there.
I still got 2 Australians in this race, so I'm pretty excited. Confused and
ready. Let's bring in Goji right now. Hello, Goj.
Goji. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Hello.
You said a lot of saying nothing there. I feel
unfortunately, Goji, you got silver on that one, so I have to chop you today, but you did great.
Isn't silver second place? What is this ranking system?
Silver is not gold, so you're eliminated. I'm sorry. You got 3rd.
Second place is the first loser, so you know.
3rd. If I didn't +5, would it matter?
If you didn't +5 at all, you would have been second. Yeah.
Oh man.
Barely.
Those are some fraudulent +5s. I'm just gonna say all 3 of them.
Yeah, we'll watch them back later. All right.
Yeah, the real Goji fans know.
That's me.
Like all I'm saying, I never played this loadout once in my life, so.
No, you did good.
You said,
you know. I didn't really mention that during the cast, but yeah, you were saying that beforehand, so you did really well for someone that didn't really know the character. So you did good.
All right, let's bring in Tyler and Dukowski as well. Hello, Tyler and Dukowski. So, the way this loadout went, Snek got 1st. Tyler, you got 2nd. Congratulations. Goji, you got 3rd, and Dukowski got 4th. I'm sorry on that one. But Goji and Dukowski, you're the 2. I'm going to chop first today, so.
Stop saying chopped.
I can't. It's too good.
Let's go. GG's.
Really good job on going to that stake printer so early. I felt like that was fun to see. You take so much advantage of that.
What does that even do?
Printer?
Yeah, stage 2. Hidden in the corner.
Yeah, way off.
It was interesting because that was Tyler's entire build. Basically, they had the Shattering Justice and Stake, and that was kind of it. And that was, and like it did well, but it could have been a lot stronger if it just had a couple more multipliers in. Which they, in fairness, they tried to with watches and then lost the watches. But
there was a watch printer I could have, or watch suit. Sorry, I could have gone into because Justice wasn't doing much on Mythos.
Yeah, but in saying that, the fact that you did all that off 6 stakes is crazy.
Yeah, you really only had 6 stake your entire build, and that was actually it. So, I mean, essentially.
Did anybody else find the headset?
Snacked it.
Nobody else did.
There's no way.
Nice.
It was Awu.
It was Awu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I was surprised, Tyler, that you didn't just like pop some eggs and hope that Awu just dealt with itself, because that's kind of what Goji did. we didn't really think it'd be worth your time fully committing to it, but sort of just like, yeah, just chuck it out, see what happens. But also, I guess it is a time waste as well, looking for the eggs if you're going to get good ones. But it ended up being a pretty big difference between you and Snack, because you got to the moon a couple minutes before Snack, or maybe not a couple minutes, like a minute before Snack. But they had while you were in Pillar Hell, they were just skipping up to Mithrix. So
yeah, okay.
But again, next time you do it, it'll be a Nukahana, so you know, it's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Either way, GG in second place, and well done, Snack. And obviously, Duklowski and Goji did really well. Duklowski, obviously at the end, was a bit tough. That feeling I know too well of like, well, I've died twice, I've died 3 times, whatever, buddy. I get it. But you dragged me well up to there. It was really neck and neck there for a while with you and Tyler, like basically all the way into Mithrix. It was all really, really close. But
Jeez, man.
Yeah, it was good to watch. Good to watch.
Thank you guys for participating in the tournaments. Hopefully, the people who beat you will make you proud by beating Cabbage and Ruddy and Faku and Confused. All right.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Confused. I can't lie. I want to see that guy win. Pretty awesome.
All right, I'm almost ready. Dan, could you go make sure that everyone is ready? Also, I think we're gonna swap you out for Disputed as well, if you want.
Yeah, I'll tag out.
All right, thank you.
Budget.
And are Sneck and Tyler ready in here?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Okay, good.
All right, bye everybody. Have a good
Bye,
day.
Goji.
Good luck.
I'll go to my VC.
Bye.
Good luck,
All
Ty.
right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. All right, I'm almost ready. One last thing to do. All right. I think we can go tell them that they are ready to start. Seeker.
All right.
Hell yeah. Let me just finish this here. So this is our first Seeker loadout of the day. This one's going to be really interesting, actually. This is more of kind of what the default loadout is, just with Palm Blast. And as a reminder for anyone who missed it early on, I did talk about it, but we do have a mod to fix Palm Blast. If you didn't know, Palm Blast at the moment does not scale with your level, and it does not actually crit either. So we have the lovely Gorak made a mod for it to fix it. That's a public mod, by the way. You can grab it if you want to. But to go over the mechanics of this loadout a little bit, to stack your Tranquility stacks with Palm Blast, you're going to need to pierce through 3 enemies, or you just need to hit a boss enemy. And this doesn't mean it needs to be the boss from the teleporter. It could be any pre-spawn boss or Mithrix or anything like that. So it's pretty interesting.
It's kind of stage dependent.
Yeah.
Some stages are a lot easier than others. One very hard one, I would say, is the moon, actually. Which makes a pretty big difference for Mithrix.
I just feel like...
I mean, especially in a race, too, you just don't have the time to line up all the enemies like that.
Well, you just hit Mithrix, right? So over the course of the fight...
Mithrix would do it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, over the course of the fight, you do just get more damage. It's just you're not going to start the fight off with, like, a ton, basically.
Mm-hmm. No self-revive on it either, of course.
No. So, I mean, that's what makes, part of the meditate so strong, is you just have this insane self-revive, right? Every single stage. So it's kind of crazy. We do see a focus crystal right off the bat here. Also, to touch on Sojourn a little bit, last time we saw this in a race, it was, a little bit ridiculous. And a lot of the races just came down to only sitting in Sojourn for, like, 80% of the run or something like that. It looks like they did scale up the Sojourn self-damage a little bit.
Okay, so how exactly has it changed now? Is it, like, over time? Because I did a test, and it seems like at least the initial activation when it starts dealing damage to you is pretty comparable to how it used to be.
Yeah, so it ramps up a little bit more now, it looks like. And it also has a timeout limit, which I don't think it had before. It's only like, I mean, it's still a while you could spend in a Sojourn, but I think it's like 20 seconds or something like that. It is not.
That is, I mean, that's pretty significant.
It is. But I mean, before, I mean, we saw racers actually spending like up to 2 to 3 minutes in the Mithrix fight just in an orb, just stacking damage.
Yeah,
forever.
I mean, you're literally invincible when you're in it. Like...
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited to see a more active approach to Seeker here. And see, I mean, obviously, repulsion armor plates are still very good and stuff like that, but I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, if we ever do a lunar event again, you know, Transcendence is also really interesting because it only takes away like, you know, 1 HP at a time because it scales from your HP, not shield, apparently. So that's a really interesting one.
Interesting.
It looks like for the initial House Unite Blessing, by the way, we saw the right two racers on our screen both take Chance Stall, and the left two take Focus Crystal, which is kind of interesting to see kind of a, you know, a departure of that.
Chance Stall is definitely a more long-term approach here.
Oh yeah, for sure. What's also very interesting is a reminder, 2 of these racers are going to be eliminated by the end of this loadout. Oh man, the pressure is so on, dude. It is so on. If you don't get first or second, you are out.
Snack missed that uke on the last stage. Everyone else has found it.
Oh, that's tough. We also see an ATG for Cabbage, the only one who found it. Cabbage is finding a lot of loot today. A lot of loots.
I was talking to them though in the back rooms, so to speak, and they were not very confident about their odds with Seeker here.
Now, I recall the last time that Cabbage lost a race, it was because of pretty much this loadout with Seeker. It was back a long time ago, back obviously before the fixes, but Cabbage was not very confident with this loadout, particularly then. They just had not played it that much, is the truth on it. I don't think a lot of people had really invested a ton of time into the new survivors, especially when they knew that they were going to be changed in the future, like how they are now. But I mean, maybe it's just kind of that feeling, like kind of the yips, you know, like, oh, I lost once, maybe I'll just lose again, you know, type thing. Maybe I'm just gonna. But I think they have it. I think they'll be okay. And then we'll see. Of course, there is a crit printer as well.
That blood shrine.
Yeah, as a reminder, you are fully invincible when you're in Sojourn, so it's free blood shrines, it's free void cradles, free everything like that. You just got to make sure you take advantage of it with Sojourn. It's really good. It's very good. And it's going to be one of the things we always see with Sojourn races is just like you get money so fast, especially in the early stages. You just kind of zoom. Already, we kind of see very different builds across the board as well. Like, you might guess at first glance that these aren't even the same seeds to some degree already, which is kind of interesting. But I guess I'm just kind of waiting for that gasoline. Everyone gets this really nice ignition tank from stage 2. So maybe we can get some more AoE under control, not just a uke or anything like that. I'm kind of worried about Snack is taking a while. Oh, they already done with TP. Never mind. They're okay.
Snack and Tyler have like completely different sets of items here.
Oh yeah.
We got a ignition tank and a buckler that's the same. I guess that's syringe too. Forgive me, please. That's an equipment I think has actually gotten a lot better.
Way better.
Seekers, specifically because of chronic expansion.
I agree.
You find a printer and you have like literally just one of those. That's a pretty solid build.
I mean, we've seen it was Ruddy that did it in a team race actually, and he just went all in, and we just saw him absolutely tear through Mithrix, which is an FMP build. Because like the big worry about chronic expansion is not keeping up your stacks, it's getting them in the Mithrix fight. But if you just have a way to get, you know, 30-40 stacks of chronic expansion buff at the start of the fight, suddenly you're just going to be dealing that much damage through the whole thing. It's very, very powerful. Also, I do want to mention we do have a couple of Rose Bucklers here on the races already, which does help with Sojourn time as well. This is good. They are starting to stack up the ability to kind of stay in it a little bit longer, which is another thing I actually really like. I kind of talked about it earlier with False Sun, how like there's this long-term scaling that you have with the character. Like over the course of the run, you're scaling with other things like stake and stuff like that. That's a little bit different. I like how with Seeker, you're kind of scaling with more defensive options like this, where most characters wouldn't, you know? So it's kind of interesting to see that. I mean, it was always kind of interesting. I guess I just didn't like that it became the only part of the character with the previous iteration of Seeker. Let me put it that way, I guess. But I like how
everything's just busted.
Yeah.
And Sojourn isn't even like the good utility now.
No.
It's kind of crap compared to Reprieve.
Yeah, Reprieve is extremely powerful and it goes extremely fast, which we'll see next loadout in the final loadout of the day.
Crazy.
We are
All
in
of the abilities in that loadout, I think, are probably the preferred speed picks there.
Yeah, we'll see it in the next loadout, but I just do want to remind everyone that it was 2 hours after this update had launched, and Confused had already done E8 item lists with that loadout. First try.
Which is something that's notoriously hard. I've never been able to do it. I don't think you have either. The only person I knew before that
Cabbage.
What? Yeah, Cabbage.
He grinded out Railgunner itemless E8 for like 2 weeks, he said, to get it done.
Yeah, it was a very long time.
And to see, you know, this be done in like 2 hours with New Seeker is kind of like, all right.
A little ridiculous.
A little bit ridiculous. I'm sure most competent players would probably be able to do it with this loadout if they gave it a shot, just because it's so good.
I think Seeker is giving Loader a run for money now. Especially with Reprieve, you have like Loader. You have Loader speed, and in some cases it's even faster than Grapple, which is absolutely ridiculous.
It's pretty quick, but we'll see. That is going to be the final loadout of the day. Hyping up for that one, but in the meantime, we have the complete alternate here. So like in comparison, I don't even think this loadout is bad. Like I think this loadout is still really good and has a lot of things that are really good about it. But I mean, it's definitely not the other one. But we'll see. It looks like Ruddy is spending time to scrap here. It looks like maybe there's something that he's seen that's on his mind. There is a vase here right next to TP as well that Cabbage found.
That's really nice.
Hopefully everyone picks that up.
Isn't really... They're not charging their hand at all. They're just kind of throwing it out whenever they get it. I wonder if that's more DPS to just do and then start spamming your M1 more. It could be the case.
The first time that I played Palm Blast, like the very first time, I didn't know you could actually charge it. And so maybe they just don't know you could charge it. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's an electric boomerang. Look at that. I mean, also, Tyler has had that for a little bit, I guess. Just didn't notice, but Snake also found it. So that's nice. Cabbage, though, I mean, with that vase in hand, is just saying, hey, I'm leaving. So they're already doing stage 4 Sirens teleporter here. They do... they're taking a little bit of curse here, but they are earning a lot of barrier, at least. So it looks like they're doing okay still. They almost have full Tranquility stacks already. They can just Sojourn this. Pretty easy way to dodge
Cabbage.
it. They're good. Hopefully everyone picks up that that equipment. I mean, no one shouldn't. Oh, there's 2 equipment barrels right next to TP. So if you only pick one and you choose the wrong one, you don't get the vase. Luckily, though, we see Tyler actually finding it here.
Okay.
Which is good. We don't see Snack finding it, and Ruddy has not found it yet. Ruddy doesn't have enough money for it yet. Maybe after this pest, we'll have enough. Not quite, actually.
Yeah, that is not great for Snack.
No.
Especially if Ruddy ends up finding it here.
Fortunately, you can skip pillars with this loadout pretty easily. If you just hold Palm Blast, you just float down like pretty slowly forever. So you can just kind of stall until your Sojourn comes back up so you don't really take that much damage. But again, if
I don't
they
know
also
if they know how to do that.
Again, yeah, if they don't know that you could charge Palm Blast, then I don't know. You know?
I have to imagine they do.
I would assume, but the changes are also so new that I also don't want to assume that they know everything either. So
there was also a racer
Oh,
that didn't know
no.
that crit helped Void Fiend's corruption after racing for like 9 months. I won't say who it is, but
Yeah. You never know, man.
So you never know.
You never know. Unfortunately, Sneck losing that watch there was trying to play Sojourn around the Blood Shrine to get some free money, and I don't know if it was the Blood Shrine specifically or if it was the Jellyfish themselves, but they definitely took out a chunk out of Sneck there, causing a lot of damage minus watch, which is a little bit tough. Cabbage, by the way, is on to stage 5, and Tyler has a +5 here, which is really, really bad. You really are not wanting a +5 in the semi-final loadout. So
facing elimination here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a shame because Tyler has played pretty well today. I mean, everyone has, but we gotta chop 2 people, dude. 2 racers gotta go. They'll never play again. They're out forever.
Yeah.
We do see an ATG right next to the teleporter on stage 4, like touching the teleporter. Cabbage didn't actually find that one, which is kind of interesting. Oh, Ruddy had not even done TP yet when he was going around looting beforehand. I thought he did. So that actually, Ruddy's very far behind here. I mean, Cabbage is doing the teleporter stage 5.
Ruddy is getting that boomerang, though.
We see Tyler get that ATG. Uh-oh, Cabbage is taking a lot of damage, actually using the vase just to maneuver themselves somewhere else. Just to try to get out of...
fucking children.
Yeah. The child orbs are definitely going to be the thing that that kills someone if someone dies stage 5. And unfortunately, I think Ruddy knows that seeing that vase there, that some people might have gone a little bit quicker already. When it's especially that close to TP, you kind of have to assume that everyone has it.
That's true, but, you know, some people do have +5s.
And some people don't have it, but, you know.
I do think I'm looking at Sneck and Cabbage here.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Sneck doesn't have the base, I think, you know, obviously a +5 isn't great. And
+5 is a big deal.
A lot more time on this stage.
Oh, but Cabbage just earned a +5 for himself as well.
Uh-oh.
So,
how many Tranquility stacks do you have?
Not full. I mean, well, you don't get a revive on Palm Blast either.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
As part of the reason why Meditate just seems, for a lot of people, a lot better because you can just have so many extra lives.
I don't know how I feel about that. Not the fact that, like, I don't think Palm Blast necessarily needs to have a revive, but I feel like there should be some kind of equivalent, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels weird that it's just nothing instead.
Interesting. Well, Ruddy is finally out on a stage 4. I feel like he's a little bit behind here. Tyler earned some money on the way out with the Blood Shrine Sojourn. Actually, not even Sojourn, it looks like. But on the way right to TP to try to make up some time here from that +5. I don't know. I mean, with these items, are you really ready for Mithrix? Maybe. Maybe not.
I mean, with no items, you're ready for Mithrix, apparently.
Well, on the other loadout. I don't know about this one.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see.
I don't know.
You definitely have to be mindful about earning those Tranquility stacks as you play the fight, though.
It's still Secret. You get all those Tranquility stacks. You get 15% stat boost to everything. I'm
kind of worried that Tyler's going to die here again.
Ooh. Cabbage getting a ban, though.
Really don't like this. Yep, and that is another +5 for Tyler. Unfortunately, they are our +5 leader today. And there's also a Shrine of Shaping on the stage. It's funny, because if you don't have a vase, you're probably going to end up walking by that Shrine of Shaping and saying, oh, that's free. Exactly like Sneck just did right here on the way. But since you skipped the whole stage, you're never really going to see it before TP, unfortunately. So That's kind of a weird one, but that's how it goes.
I'm liking where Snek is at. I do think Snek was the probably the first seed in this loadout. A lot of people were expecting him to win this one.
I mean, especially a lot of the new racers, like Seeker and Confused, they've put a lot of time into the new survivors. So in terms of the racers who I think are the most competent with them, I think it's most like some of those two, and then I mean oh my god. Okay.
Oh.
Snek got absolutely blasted across the map. I don't even know what did that. But that's interesting. Maybe some new tech unfurling. I don't know. We see Cabbage going right up to the Mythics fight right now. We'll see how that goes. I mean, Cabbage is so far ahead, though, of Ruddy, for example, that,
that's true.
I mean, between the two of them, I feel like they're about on equal time, right? The +5 is just... I mean, will Ruddy get to where Cabbage is in 5 minutes? I'm not sure. Maybe.
I mean, yes. I think he would have to not spend a lot of time on stage 5, though.
He could
have to go pretty straight
get there within 5
TP.
minutes, but he is running out of time. The clock's ticking.
I am liking where Snek is at, though.
Oh, and that is another death. It's not a +5, but it's another death. And what that does mentally is it shakes you up, right? Hopefully, Snek was playing purposely very aggressive, but we've seen people die with Shrines of Shaping, and then next stage get really flustered, especially when the next stage is Mithrix. So I hope that you can stay kind of clear of that. I don't think that every death is I don't think that... I think every death is harmful, is what I'm trying to say. At least on a mental note. Unless it's done specifically purposely.
Yeah, if you got like a Void Dio or something.
But we gotta keep an eye out for that. Hopefully, Snek can keep his head in the game. Looks like he does have a pretty decent build here. Double band. There is a meat hook on Ruddy, which isn't too great, especially since there's only one more stage for him to go through. I think he's going to try to skip Awu here, which is kind of interesting.
Looks like it.
Not really skipping Awu.
I feel like Ruddy doesn't have time for this.
I don't think he does either. Meanwhile, Cabbage is just about to finish phase 1 of Mythics. He has been on this phase for quite a while, though. Tyler going up to start the Mythic start right now. 2 +5s, though, is kind of a big deal. Oh my god, Cabbage actually almost dying again in the Mythrix fight. I would not be surprised if we see Cabbage die again in this fight at some point. Ruddy going into the blue portal as well in between stage 4 and 5, hoping for something. There is a hard light, but not really what Ruddy wants here, I don't think. Alright, we see Snek on the moon. It looks like Snek does know how to solve himself pretty well, so I think he's just going to go all the way up, stall as he goes. Unless he does feel confident enough to do pillars, I wouldn't think so. I think it's probably just easier to skip, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
I thought that with the Yag earlier.
Yeah. We'll see. Unfortunately, the thing I'm kind of worried about on Snek's end is that there's no real defense for when Mithrix hits you. I guess that's true for everybody. No one has an Opal. Cabbage Java is favorite safer spaces, but it kind of seems like Cabbage is burning his safer spaces with Sojourn quite often, so...
Snek has an Opal.
Never mind, he has an Opal. I'm wrong.
I think he might be going to pillars, though. I'm not sure. He was pinging over there. Definitely looking at him.
Maybe he's looking for a soup. Because if Drone Man soup is here, I mean, that's it, right? Just go up and then you're good. Could be one of those.
Cabbage in phase 2. This is proving to be a rather slow Mythrix fight for Cabbage.
Yeah, really not that much damage. Does have WTG and Band and Shuriken, but really just
have all their
stuff.
Tranquility stacks. It's hard to tell. Looks like they do.
Yeah, Snek knows how to skip here, just using the cooldowns, slowing himself down. Doesn't look like he saw anything as Soup. He's pinging, but starting with Dagger. There's a white Soup in the corner. Puzzling Fungus. Kind of cool. Actually,
there's a drone in there. Probably would have went back, I imagine.
Yeah, willingly taking some curse here just to skip pillars faster, actually. I mean, just shows how important speed is in their mind of just trying to get there as fast as possible. I don't even think they have any healing, do they? That actually kind of worries me. Maybe go back for that Bungus, you know? No,
yeah. They got barrier.
And they have the Palm, I think, which helps, but no like Slug or anything, which is going to have to be more active gameplay style to heal here. We'll see.
Right, like your Snek trying to get up right now. That's a little bit difficult, not having any health to trade for Sojourn.
Just waiting for those unseen hand stacks to come up. Cabbage does get a phase 4 skip here.
Nice.
Making him the first person to finish. It doesn't mean he's going to get first necessarily. We don't know. But it's a pretty good start for him. So he's at least done.
I think it'd be hard for Ruddy to do it. Ruddy, only one that isn't in the fight now.
That's a little tough. Does have the vase to get back to the ship, so Cabbage is going to get a 30-minute run here. Pretty much on the dot.
A lot more than I expected. It seems like they full looted stage 3, looted a lot of stage 4, and a lot of stage 5.
I think that kind of just goes to show when someone loots a lot, it kind of maybe just feels like they're a little bit uncomfortable with that loadout. They're just wanting something to help them out a little bit more. So we'll see. I would not be surprised, though, to see Snek and Cabbage grab the 2 gold spots on this loadout, though.
Which, you know, Cabbage gonna have to face Snek again on Seeker in the next loadout.
I know, isn't that exciting?
Unfortunate. Everyone's gonna have to face him.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if Snek goes on to win this whole thing.
Interesting. Well, I mean...
Cabbage obviously is capable as well, but just given the amount of practice Snek has with these new survivors.
We also have Confused in the next loadout, though, and it's the Seeker loadout that they're most comfortable with. So we'll see, I suppose. All right, Snek making it through phase 1 of Mythos right now. Tyler is kind of starting phase 3 at the moment. Ruddy is just checking out Soup actually a little bit.
Or, yeah, he's entered the fight. Or has he?
Now he's in the fight. He's good.
Okay.
Snek doing phase 2 of Mythos right now. This is kind of interesting. Kind of taking a more reserved approach here. Not really wanting to jump out in the middle, which I approve of. Let's bring in Cabbage in as well. Being the first one to finish. They have a 29:57. Yeah. So, I mean, might be kind of hard, but maybe... Nah, I don't think Ruddy could really beat him, but we'll see how that goes. Where is Cabbage?
But, I mean, Snek could die. And Ruddy could get second place that way.
Hello, Cabbage.
So it's like... Oh, man, I was talking to the others, man. What?
Yeah, well, too bad. You got... Well, we don't know if you got first yet, but you definitely finished first with a +5. So we'll see if Snek can take away your time. I don't think so.
I'm a loser, right?
We don't know.
No, I think...
No, I meant in general.
Oh, sure. But we think you might get gold here, actually.
I think you're pretty much guaranteed to qualify. We don't know on anyone else,
That
though.
stage 5 was so stupid. Like, I hit TP and, like, an entire orphanage spawns in. And that's like, what do I do now?
There was also a Shrine of Shaping, like, right around the corner.
I saw it. I saw it too late. I would have hit it. I would have hit it.
Yeah, I know.
I would have gone out of my way to hit it. Are you proud of me? I would have.
Yeah. It's everyone that had the vase missed it, because obviously. And then Snack found it because he did, and he just like was like, "Oh, I'm walking the TP and I found it." Ooh, nice phase 4 skip by Tyler there actually with the hand. Very nice.
That's a really good one. Yeah, that's good.
Unfortunately, a 2+5s though means, I mean, with a 39-minute he's gonna have here, I don't think it's gonna be qualifying.
Hard, but I don't know because
we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. Snack is gonna have to +5 within the next minute probably.
Wait, I played the last loadout then, right?
Yes.
Because Ruddy is not. I mean, I don't know, man.
No.
You get to
This
play
Ruddy
Seeker
guy is
again?
nowhere near.
I think you pretty much just guarantee first on this one, Cabbage. So, good job.
You say play Seeker again as if it's like remotely the same kind of character with that loadout. It's like,
I mean, Loader
may as well be completely different character.
Snack entering phase
Loader
4
too.
right now.
Going for the hand skip there. Missing.
Almost got it.
I thought they would have done it.
Hand skip is kind of precise, but it does work, I think.
It feels like
Maybe.
most all of the new skills of the new characters just happen to phase 4 skip Mythrix, which is interesting.
I mean, it's the damage threshold, right? It needs to be at least 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, the hand does more than 100.
Especially with the fix. Only thing I'm worried about here is these Solus probes. Don't want to get lasered. Please stop getting lasered.
Oh yeah, this is why phase 4 skip was completely necessary, because with empathy cores, it's like, you know.
Please stop getting lasered.
Just needs to not die here.
Oh my god.
That's good that he avoided dying there.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, Snack on the way to the ship. Surely he won't die from a pizza slice, I'm sure. Let's bring in Tyler. They are done.
Pizza slice tech.
Hello, Tyler.
Hey, Race.
It looks like you are being chopped today. I'm sorry. You got through pretty well, but the 2+5s kind of got you on that one. Otherwise, you would have gotten into second, I think. So, was close, but
okay.
You played pretty well, though.
GG, Tyler. Was
Salute.
GG. It wasn't really fun, but it was something.
Yeah, I actually hate this loadouts.
Yeah, this loadout.
I think it's more specifically I hate Sojourn, but
same. It's like just a worse egg, like a strictly worse egg in every way. That's the same damage as one.
Reality we live in. We were saying that now. Unfathomable. A couple months ago.
I fathom it. So looking at these items, where was that electric boomerang?
Stage 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was near the Void Cradle, the Lost Year's lenses. It was a large chest.
Ah, yeah. I had bad memories of that Void Cradle, so I didn't go back. Overall, though, just a kind of a low damage character. It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
you need those tranquility stacks to do anything.
True. Once you found that Vaso, you were the one who sped up the absolute most, though. You were on stage 4, done with TP before ready to even finish TP on stage 3, I think, actually. Let's bring in Snack. Actually, let's bring in... Now, I'll let Ready play it out because I still need to change the next couple things, but let's bring in Snack right now. Hey, Snack.
Hey.
You got second on that one, so you're going to the last loadout. Congratulations. Oh. It's you and Cabbage going into the finale with Faku and Confused.
Yo, any seekers?
Ooh, any
Seeker of the Storm?
It's going to be very exciting.
By the way, you lost to me, and I had a +5, so just not a good showing overall.
What did you have?
Cabbage had a vase, yeah. So it was directly next to TP on stage 3. You want an equipment barrel? You just missed it.
It was the 50-50.
I saw it. I just thought that I agreed.
Missing the, I mean, that's understandable. Did you have a good equipment already?
Yeah.
Oh, you had FFB.
I should have just checked anyways.
FFB with the Chronics? That's understandable, honestly.
Chronics, Topaz Brooch, Gas, with 2 ignition tanks.
No, that's understandable. That vase is just garbage RNG. It could have been like foreign fruit. GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at both of those equipments and like one of them is definitely a skip.
I'm talking shit about foreign fruit right now. You got a problem with Dole? Me.
Well,
You
once you
listen
find the
here.
foreign fruit skip to get to Mythics, and let me know, man. Heal yourself
I'll
to the
find the
top.
foreign fruit skip.
Yeah, you
So
find
wait,
one.
everyone else had vase and I didn't?
Yeah, you're the only one actually.
Yep.
Wow.
Got second anyway though. Congrats. Let's bring in Ruddy while I redo everything. Hello, Ruddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough one.
Yeah.
You are chopped, but good try anyway.
I'm free.
Free, man.
GG, man.
Tyler and Ruddy, I salute you, but you're the two I'm taking off the board today. Cabbage and Sneck, you two are going to fight Confused and Faku in the finale right now.
I love fighting Confused on the loadout he's played 100 times.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be really cool though. Yeah, it should be. Dan, hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you just go make sure Faku and Confused are ready to go? Okay.
They're good to rock and roll.
I just need
radio.
All right. I just need a minute here to make sure I have everything set up, and then we'll be good to go on my end.
Cabbage.
What's up, man?
Snick. Faku Confused.
Just say my name, I get it.
Yeah, I was talking about you.
That's fun.
I heard you being toxic in the background. I'm like,
I'm not being toxic. I'm being very nice. I said
like
GG to my competitors.
GG, you lost even though I was bad. GG, handshake.
Okay, well, it's not exactly what I said.
But you're right in saying that, though. Like, it is really, like, absolute chalk and cheese, the difference between this loadout and the loadout coming. Like, it's
I don't know what that
crazy how
means, but yeah, man.
I think this loadout is Seeker's weakest loadout, while the next one is definitely the strongest.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Was it chosen that way intentionally?
Yep.
It was actually random. It was actually random. Believe it or not.
You can say that.
I really wanted this way. No, I wanted Seeker last.
Okay.
So I just want to clarify, chalk and cheese means very different from each other, because chalk and it's just Australian.
Thank you,
right?
But like you could
People
just say
confused
any
in chat.
two different things that it would like it just doesn't make sense.
I'm
I think that's my
it's
favorite
just-
Australianism.
You could say like
my culture,
apples
right?
and Cockador.
Australianism.
Like those two are different. What?
What's the one with the spiders?
Yeah, apples and cabbages, right?
Oh, those are both like vegetables. I mean, wait.
Nailed it.
All right, whatever.
What's the one where you say like it's easier to fuck spiders or something?
Oh,
And I'm not here to. We don't need to go into this, but that's not what.
I'm not here to fuck spiders. Okay.
Yeah. It's, anyway.
I had it completely wrong.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, I think I am ready to go. Let our racers know that we can start the finale loadout. Let's do it.
I can do that on my way out.
Hell yeah.
But
All
I'm a
right.
racer.
All right.
Get out of here,
get in
Carlos.
your hole.
Okay, see you later. See you then.
Bye. Good luck.
All right. I'll let him know.
Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. All right, here we go. This is the finale of the tournament today. This is the one I am personally most excited for, obviously. I mean, you gotta be, right?
Absolutely. It's a shame I lost my one Australian, but I got one more Australian in the fray. Team confused all the way.
You still, all right, you're voting for Confused. I actually do think that Confused has a really good shot to win, just because of how much they've actually practiced this one. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Confused first try, by the way. I got an itemless Seeker run. Took him 22 minutes to do that.
On this loadout, actually.
On this exact loadout.
Yep.
So it's going to be fast.
It's going to be really quick. So that's really crazy. And it's just like everything about it. The orbs are just like so good at damage. They're so good at keeping you alive. Reprieve makes you go so fast. It has AoE. It has utility. It pulls like, and then meditate with actually decent damage now, but more importantly, a free revive. So having that every loadout is kind of crazy.
I'm really interested to see, because I haven't played with the new Meditate yet, but it's got quite the buff now with the Tranquility stacks, like increasing its range, right? Its range and its damage.
It does actual damage now, which is kind of crazy.
All right.
And it's a pretty good area too. The thing is, like, it's kind of the opposite of Palm Blast in some ways in terms of damage. Like, the further you go in a run, the less you kind of want to use it for damage because you are just kind of sitting there. Right, and if you get hit by like 3 bell shots where you're trying to do the little Helldivers minigame, you're probably not too excited about it. But
yeah.
And then like Palm Blast early is like, well, I don't really get a lot of, cleave here with this necessarily, but like later it gets really good.
Especially when you get the boss spawns on the stages and you get they hover over that resonance disc for a second.
It's really funny. Fuck is the only one that kind of went for it, which is really funny. Snack already on to stage 2, by the way. Just absolutely just sending it right now. Look how fast you can get to the teleporter from when you spawn in. Actually, Cabbage taking the resonant disc as well. I think I would have taken the opal, personally.
Yeah, it was a Wecco, wasn't it? Was it an opal or a Wecco?
Both, actually.
Was it? Oh, yeah. Either way, the resonance disc wasn't the answer that I was going to take, that's for sure.
Yeah.
God,
interesting.
That reprieve is so fast.
Dude,
Jeez.
it gets quick, man.
And this is, don't blink for this one, guys. This one is going to be over very, very quickly. This loadout is insane for going fast.
Looking ahead at the stages here as well, we have Silverpool's next, Grove, and then Helminth. Do any of these like really pose a problem for this loadout either? I mean, you look at everyone's health bar and it's pretty much full barrier. It's like what Aegis wish it could be, and they don't even have anything, man. It's just kind of zooming. Kind of ridiculous.
It's nothing even like exciting item-wise yet either. It's just pure like Soul Spiral and the dude, I love the Cyclone. The Cyclone feels so nice to play around. Like it synergizes really well with both Meditate and the Palm Blast.
Also synergizes well with both the orbs and the fist.
Yeah.
It actually just is kind of a good ability, so.
This mending, keeping this Beetle Queen alive by the skin of its teeth, finally taking it out. Rolled it with a very nice razor wire.
It's kind of interesting to see.
Neck out with 3 items? Did I see 3 items?
3 items.
They have 3 items.
One item need stage. Items.
Hell yeah.
I don't even think they grabbed anything last stage, did they? And they're not really grabbing anything this stage either. They're just kind of fucking going.
Jesus.
I mean the big thing.
You can do this really fast.
The big thing we're looking for here are items that directly affect Mithrix, right? We're not looking for AoE or anything that much because we can kind of just deal without it, So we're just looking like, okay, if we can just get a few items, just get things that allow me just to chunk Mithrix down, then I'll be happy.
I did not know you could stand inside of the Z contract like that. I had no idea. What?
Yeah. It's the problem.
I had no clue. Huh. Jesus.
Snack is
all the new
really
characters kind of have that as well
one.
now. They have sort of like innate ways to deal AoE, like with the chef, like the oil spill and like the ice cube, and like Seeker has the reprieve and the ball, the soul spirals, and False Sun with his slam and his alternate shift. Like there's all these different ways to deal with. Again, another interesting way to deal with the item pool dilution is just make those items not as necessary, so you can focus on other stuff.
Yeah. It's also very, I don't know. Again, the way this tournament is going to work, whatever placement happens at the end of this loadout is the placement of the overall tournament. Whoever gets first in this tournament is first place in the tournament. Second, third, fourth, etc. I think we're going to see a lot of people maybe get the nerves. What do you think? I think nerves might hit. We've been playing all day. We've been live for 3 hours.
Yeah.
and it's kind of cool to see. I mean, all of these guys want to win, right? No one wants to lose the tournament, but especially Sneck and Confused, I think they have a real drive for it as well. I mean, they're the two of the newest racers, and they're like, we wanna get a tournament win. So
yeah, sitting in the call with Confused in between races there, they were definitely nervous. Like they were dirty that they had to go up against Cabbage again. They felt like they beat them once, so they don't have to do it twice in a row. Like
don't make me do it again, man.
Look at Snake though, 5 items on the stage floor. The thing is, they've got the opal, they have the wrap, they have the rose buckler. Like they allows them to play even more aggressive against Mithrix, who's going to be very low scale. Like the damage isn't going to be that high at all. They're going to be able to tank a lot with these items on their side.
Yeah, I mean,
if you look at that 22-minute run by Confused, like I think they spent like, I don't know, 12 of those minutes on the stages, and then 10 of that was on Mithrix. So
Daniel
Baku.
Yep.
Yes.
We have a +5 on Faku, man. That is tough. Did they get the Shrine of Shaping before this? Did they die twice on the stage?
I don't know.
That's tough, man.
They
that
must
hurts.
have got it. It's a very strong contender now, right on the back foot.
Yeah, I mean, again, Faku is one of the best racers that we've ever seen. So to have Faku have a +5, I mean, that gives all these other guys such a chance.
They had to have seen it, surely. Yeah, I didn't see.
Maybe they just slipped right over it. Just, you know.
just looking at all the health bars of the other guys, there's just so much barrier all the time.
That being said, though, like I was saying earlier, I think nerves are here. They're not going to have a Shrine of Shaping every stage like they did last time. And I think, especially in the Vithlers fight, I think we might see some people eat a pizza. I think it's definitely possible. And I really want to see people start to get those stacks up so they can get that self-revive going. At least for the Mythics fight. But we'll see.
Jesus.
I'm actually surprised
that elite golem there.
Sneck was the first one to get to the stage and has such a low charge on the teleporter and has no items from getting here. It looks like Confuse is now taking the lead here with more of an item build as well.
Yeah, well, damage on the side too. They have the chronic expansion at 10 stacks consistently. The focus crystal as well. Like,
it is a big deal.
I was totally confused before this, and I was like, surely you just treat this like your itemless run, but just get what's on the way, right? Like, yeah, basically, essentially that, and that's exactly what they're doing. Just treating it essentially like the same speed they were doing with itemless, just picking up a few things on the way. Snake, I guess, tried to do the same thing, but it's just gone on even less items. I don't know, but yeah, saying it's definitely starting to turn around now to go Confused way.
Yeah, I mean,
on Helmuth by 9 minutes. This is Loadout right now.
That's so crazy. Dude, it's so crazy.
I'd be looting stage 2 still, man.
I've been looting stage 1 in my normal runs. Like, I mean,
in a race.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, that's, yeah.
The Raymond Daniels standard is low, but it's still it's a good comparison.
It's consistent. It's powerful. It's the rock of the Risk of Rain 2 community. It's the anchor. Holding us still, giving us it's a good control group, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm the one that gives hope to the new racers applying. Like, you could be better than me.
You could be this good, man. You could be this good. Though we see Faku is leaving stage 4 still ahead of Sneck. Sneck is the last one in stage 4 for the first one going into it. I'm actually surprised they were really pulled away from the TP that long. They just had a tough teleporter sequence. Now they're starting to loot a lot more here. They're like, all right. That was enough fun.
Right?
Let's get some stuff. Thing is, they just don't really have that much money, so we'll see what they get, but it doesn't seem like a lot. There was a sales star they're probably not going to use here. I mean, maybe they're looking for a chest anywhere. They're like, please, God.
They got pretty lucky with those items too. Like all those drops come out. The Wecco is good, but the syringe is good. The sales obviously nice.
Hey,
the
watch is
the
nice.
Key, like they're pretty high rolled pretty well with these item drops. Like, so
we'll see.
Might
Confused
be
though.
just a little bit too
done
late.
with the teleporter already on stage 5.
Oh
They're about to go to the moon. They're just opening equipment barrels right now. They do have an elephant. That's really good
that's
here.
actually, yeah.
Let's see what else we can get. Foreign fruit. No one about that one.
No, thank you. You can
Elephants.
just go, with the opal and the wrap and the
Oh,
ruckler,
yeah.
Jade Elephant. You are going to play so aggressive.
And here they go. They're on the moon already at 11 minutes 30 seconds. They're going to be on the moon. That's crazy. Kind of going fast, huh? And look at that. Cabbage actually got there first, 11:12 on the moon. I wasn't even looking, but yeah. Look at that. Impressive. I think it's going to be hard for Snipe to catch up at this point. For going so fast so early, I think they were just missing out on a few of the early items that were helping so much. Look at how fast you just go up, man. And then you're going to stall and meditate in the air. Just wait for a reprieve to come back.
The speed is crazy.
Yep, and that's a pillar skip. That's how it goes. Zoom. And Cabbage and Confused. Ooh, Confused just missing the arena a little bit shy. Gonna be able to get in there. We'll have a couple of Tranquility stacks a little bit more before Cabbage, so maybe it'll even out a little bit. But does get the fight started right now. Cabbage does actually have 3 as well, so not really pulling any lead there from that. This is really close, man. Either of these guys could take the win right now. I mean, actually, anyone can.
They have the same build, like nearly identical.
Oof.
It's just who does this fight better. Facking down the moon as well.
You just got to be so aggressive. You got to get in there and just have every chance possible to deal damage. That's kind of looks like what's happening, so.
I wonder if it's going to be a Jade Elephant difference here. Like if there's going to might be a hit that goes towards Cabbage that they have to make them back off. Maybe like Confused gets in there. It's going to be really close.
It is. I'm surprised to
Definitely
see Sneck still on stage 5. To win, I really wanted Sneck to be on the moon by now, but oh man. I guess looking at the item differences between Cabbage and Confused, we do have Chronic Expansion as well on Confused, which phase 3 will end up doing a lot more damage.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't see that.
We have, I mean, most of the rest is the same, but I mean, I guess it comes down to, can Confused make good use out of that Chronic Expansion enough to actually get the lead here? Because Cabbage is in phase 2 right now. Oof. Actually, Cabbage notably is like 20 seconds ahead on the timer there.
Oh, true. And the timer, right. Well, I'm saying that Confused definitely caught up there as well. Like they got through that fight a bit quicker, but that timer, yeah. Interesting. But again, this is where the Chronic Expansion goes up and it stays up.
Yeah. We'll see.
I can see that making a 15-second difference for sure.
As long as they stay aggressive, right? They have to just keep doing damage as much as they can. We are seeing actually
is good damage on that meditate.
Yeah, look at that. We actually saw a combat meditate there, which you would have never seen before on previous Seeker. But actually, that was pretty good.
Taking over again. They're just playing better. I mean, they're just playing so much more aggressive.
They're really just going. And not only does Confused have an elephant here, he has another life that meditate self-revive there. So he has a lot of margin of error to work with. Big fucking margin. So we'll see.
It's crazy. Have we got Seeker competing for loader time? Like our best loader time is like 15 minutes or something, right?
Yeah. And we're close, and
that's crazy. What a world we live in. That's wild. Yeah. They're Confused down to halfway now. Cabbage still at 3/4 health.
The one thing is
nothing but catching up.
Yeah.
Pulling
Confused
ahead.
is not really shooting Mythrix right here for some reason.
Yeah.
I wonder what the strategy was on that one. Because it obviously was intentional to some degree.
I'm hoping they see the drone on the ground for the fireworks. There's some use out of that as well.
You say I'm looking at the Cranston difference, but I'm also looking at Cabbage actually maybe catch up here. The time difference between them is 20 seconds, and Cabbage actually could catch up right now. Cabbage is being very aggressive during pizza as well, which Confused was not doing. That might be the difference.
So
Does get a phase 4 skip though for Confused. We'll see if Cabbage gets one.
That's
pretty big.
Holy. Cabbage has to get that now. Like they have to,
or
else they lose.
Looks like they're going for it. Oh, they get knocked out of the phase 4 skip. And you can see Cabbage say GG in chat there. Wow. Well,
I think that's it.
It comes down to the small things sometimes, and that might have just been it. That's crazy. That has to be a congrats for Confused, though, actually. That's well earned. Jesus.
Make it to the ship in 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be like an 18-minute time for Seeker. So if anyone was really doubtful of the power of our new survivors after this update, I hope this was an eye-opener for you on this one, especially with Seeker. I know that a lot of people were thinking like, oh, Seeker's probably not that, I mean, it's just Seeker, like whatever. Especially this loadout, they're probably like, you know. But man, oh man.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's very good.
But seriously, we're going to congrats Confused here in a second. Man, really GG to him on that. Incredible.
Wow.
I gotta ask why he didn't attack during pizza though, because that almost did cost him the right. If Cabbage did phase 4 skip, I think Cabbage would have won.
No,
that was
absolutely.
close.
Absolutely. 12 items on Confused, by the way. 12 items.
12 items. Crazy. And they weren't even like that good, right? These are just normal fucking items, right? These weren't bands and A2Gs. These were just a focus crystal, an opal, and a cranshin. You know?
Yeah.
Let's bring it Confused.
Could have done with 3.
Hey, Confused, what up?
Hello.
Welcome in.
You won the tournament! Congratulations, dude. Fucking high five.
That was wild.
Huge.
You beat Cabbage twice, dude.
Nice.
You beat him twice.
3 times! 3 times!
Hell yeah, dude.
I put him in losers and he gets back and I beat him again. Holy!
The final boss, dude. Very well earned on that one. Huge. Were you nervous on that one? Because that one was tough.
I tried to loot stage 4 and it was just fucking drones and I thought I lost because of that alone. Like,
oh man. Tough.
Holy shit.
Really good job.
That was
dude.
clinical, dude. That was insane to watch.
Hello, Cabbage. Second place.
Yeah. Was it the phase 4 skip? Did that matter?
It was the phase 4 skip entirely.
Okay, yeah. I missed my soldier and I overshot. I don't know.
Hello, Faku.
Dude.
Faku, you would have placed third on that one actually, but you got fourth because of the +5, unfortunately.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
Cool one.
Good job though.
Confused.
I can't believe I missed phase 4 skip.
Confused one, yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, Gavin.
And let's bring in Snack as well. Hey, Snack, what up?
Hey.
GG on the runs. You got third on that one, unfortunately, but still placed 3 out of the day. So, congrats to all of you guys for getting to the last loadout. That was hard enough in itself, and you definitely earned the spot to be here. But
surely,
it was a fun loadout to watch. So, GG to everyone.
Sure, it was.
See that one.
Fun character, nice.
It was so good to watch. Like,
set up
character.
Nice
Any
character.
playtesters?
What an insane character. Big question though. During it was really back and forth there for a bit. Like you caught up so much Confused. Like you were playing phase 1 and 2 like way like just a little bit more aggressive, and you were catching up. And during phase 3 in pizza, you just stopped attacking Mithrix. Was there something behind that?
I just forgot to click the button on my mouse. Like I'm so nervous, I just let go of the M1 key. Like that's crazy.
I was curious because I was like, what strategy is he doing right now? Like, what's the play? It almost lost you it actually though, because Cabbage, if he had skipped phase 4, he would have got you. But
Yeah.
Cabbage was being really aggressive with getting there with the orbs on pizza, just getting right in.
Well, I
so
had a free death, like, because of tranquility.
Mhm.
I was just kind
Yeah,
of.
well, that's why we were
hoping-
confused, but the answer was just they forgot to press the button. So
I was kind of like waiting to die. I was just playing aggressively until I would die, but I didn't die.
that's what we figured. And Snake,
Yeah.
you were the fastest there for a long time, and then
Fastest
just
to
the
stage
lack
4.
of items, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
they
just didn't have any
caught up a
like
bit.
damage.
Stage
I
4
just had
Yeah.
laser wire.
It was a
That's
tough
not
one.
for stage 4.
Yeah.
When was the
Wait, did you
breaching
guys
fin?
hit
Was that a
the-
teleport item?
Stage 3, right? Yeah,
Well,
I thought it
breaching
was
fin
a.
is just like
Yeah,
go
yeah.
item. Like that's just the item for this character.
Is
Did
it?
you guys hit the Shrine
Yeah.
of Shape in stage 3?
Yeah, I
No,
did.
Yeah.
Why not?
it's a waste of time.
I mean, it's
You're
also
not gonna
time.
die
It
anyway.
Oh, it's
would
on the
not
way,
have
right?
been for Faku. Faku needed that
It's
one, I
like-
think.
It's on the
Literally
way. How
waste
is
of
it a
time.
waste of time?
It's a waste of time.
It's on the way, man. It's a straight line. For what?
Yeah, but like you go in more straight line to the TP if you like don't get it. It
Okay.
saves like 2 seconds.
In
Well, GG
speedrunners,
won, so
man.
I don't know that.
Anyway, regardless, GG to all you guys today. It was awesome to watch. Thanks for everyone else who played in the tournament as well. I'm sure you guys are all watching around everywhere else. Goji, Tyler, Deklowski, and Ruddy. GG to you guys too. Seriously, congrats on the Giga win. Confused. Very cool. You got a tournament win under your belt. As for
Hell yeah.
everyone else
Yeah, dude.
watching, thanks for watching. It's fun to do tournaments like this. We love to do it. It's just hard to pull off, and it's just the most fun when we have big updates like this to get that done. If you guys want to check out the YouTube, we do have edited runs like this on YouTube, including another video about another tournament. If you hadn't seen it, it came out a couple weeks ago.
Another video. Wow.
Well, not a super new one, but if you haven't seen it, there's other ones like this up on the YouTube as well. You guys can go play with our mod. You guys can go check out our official speedrun category on speedrun.com. We have one for Risk of Rain 2 on the Gauntlet category. Try to take some records away from these guys. You can join Discord as well. That's going to be the best place to know when the next Loadout race is going to be. You can get notified for that. And lastly, if you guys want to become a racer and start playing the tournaments, start scrimming with the team, go to riskofresources.com/apply. And you can start hanging out, learning, and getting this good. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week for some more Gauntlet racing. And until then, bye. Have a good one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, chat.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.